Scandinavian 59er Bravo. Scandinavian 59er Bravo, Gardermoen Tower, hello, clear to Krakow, OKSAT 4 out, departure runway 0 left, initial climb 7,000 feet, squawk 5516. Here's Krakow, fly out, OKSAT 4 out, departure, initial climb 7,000, squawk 5516. Scandinavian 59er
Hello again everybody, welcome to a bit of peace soup in Oslo. Happy New Year to everybody as well. Hope you're all well.
Scandinavian flight 29
celebrated yesterday or not, so I hope you've had a time. It's 2022 now, with WizzAir down there somewhere at Oslo's Gardermoen Airport with the freeware scenery on flightsim.to. The links are all in the description of today's video, the live stream as well.
Scandinavian flight 29.
About an hour ago I dropped a video showing a pre-release preview of the Twin Otter by Aerosoft, so hopefully you guys have had a look at that and enjoyed it as well. But from what I understand, we've got a couple of issues with live weather today with the QNH and everything being pretty bad, so who knows. There's reports of crash to desktops being triggered by live weather and all that sort of stuff. Here we are. Can't see it. Chuffing thing. There's the terminal building. Got a couple of other folks further up there alongside, waiting to depart as well. It's some stunning scenery, but I can't really show it off today. Hayden, Happy New Year. Jurassic as well, Happy New Year. And everyone else in the live chat as well, hello.
WizzAir 5034 Gardermoen Tower, hello. I have a shortcut for you if you want it.
So taxiing is going to be interesting because we can't really see much beyond can't see much beyond a couple of meters today, but we'll see what happens. We'll see how we go.
WizzAir 5034, Roger. The shortcut is OKSAT.
Grey. So initial climb 7,000. We are on VATSIM, Shraxi, yes.
Niner 6 to KELIN. Kilo Echo Lima India November.
We're going to potentially be doing 2 legs, provided we don't get crash to desktops with live weather being broken and all that sort of stuff. For the first leg though, was 2070. We're going to be OKSAT 4 Alpha departure, runway 01 left.
Alpha Tango, then Lima 996 to KELIN, Kilo Echo Lima India November, and then direct
we'll do information, need a QNH as well, and I think we're at stand 76, I believe.
Confirm OKSAT Oscar Kilo Sierra Alpha Tango.
Yeah, stand 76. And it's low vis procedures at the moment in Oslo as well, at this civilian terminal. There's our taxi chart, 01 left down here.
Scandinavian 4755.
OKSAT 4 Alpha, airport elevation of 681. So the QNH is still broken, look, because the QNH 1018.
55 number 2, break WizzAir 5034 seconds.
Yeah, QNH is stuck on 1013 in the live weather. Brilliant.
We are ready now for clearance WizzAir 5034.
So we'll just use QNH 1013 throughout the journey.
OKSAT 4 Alpha departure, runway 0
rather frustrating.
Initial climb 7,000 feet, squawk 6012.
So the QNH is actually 1018, but the airport elevation is 680, and that on here is a QNH of 1013, so we'll run with that. Otherwise it won't necessarily work correctly in the sim. Who knows, it should be okay.
WizzAir 5034, negative. It's 7,000 feet, is initial climb, and the squawk is 601.
Mike's very low again. See, I don't know what's going on because I'm not changing any settings. Rather strange. So now I can't put my mic up any higher without causing problems. It's at 100%. I could turn everything else down if need be, but
continue to DIS Alpha South, Scandinavian
settings, audio.
Yeah, we'll report ready.
Oh, right. Hopefully that's helped.
Station calling again.
Alright, let's get our clearance. I think we're pretty much all ready to go for the clearance. I just need the ATIS information, which is Kilo. Gardermoen Tower, let's see.
Scandinavian 9er 755, push and
Mark,
start
live weather
approach,
broken
face
again.
west,
Yes.
QNH
What a way to start the year,
101.
hey?
Start cruise, face west,
So those of you who watched the preview video of the Aerosoft Twin Otter, what do you guys think so far in the live chat? I think that was a break, but I think we're able to transmit now, maybe. Gardermoen Tower, good afternoon. WizzAir 2070 at stand 76 at Airbus A320neo. Information Kilo on board, request IFR clearance to Krakow.
Station calling, call sign only.
WizzAir 2070.
3070, number 2.
Roger. Ah, Wesley's new call sign is Scandinavian 0. So instead of 99999, it's now going to be 0. Alex is in the beta, MSFS and Steam. Nice stuff. Have you noticed any problems, or yeah, what's it like?
4755, cleared to Gatwick, VIP 1 off the
Mark's not seen it, but yet as well. Yeah, I've got issues with microphone stuff. Bong sound. You watched the Twitter video, didn't you? Did you find that my microphone was okay? In that video, I've seen a couple of comments saying that the mic was problematic. I know I've had some problems with the microphone lately.
Clear Gatwick, we have the WizzAir 1 Alpha departure, initial climb.
Maybe a simulation. Loving the pronunciation of Krakow.
Squawk 5565, Scandinavian 475.
We've got the Drzewiecki Designs Krakow sceneries as well, which is really, really very good. So looking forward to that. Wesley, good evening.
Takeoff, Mike, wind calm, RVR 1000 meters, runway 01 left, clear takeoff.
Go takeoff, 01 left, microphone.
Let's see what it looks like inside looking out. Yeah, the microphone has been a bit, it's been a bit crackly, hasn't it, lately? Crackly, a bit muffled. Oddly enough, I've not changed any settings, so I think it's just the microphone
Station calling, call sign on there.
slowly breaking, basically. Hopefully the Twin Otter video, I haven't lost.
Number 2, break, WizzAir 2070, clear to Krakow, OKSAT 4 Alpha departure, runway 01 left, initial climb 7000 feet, squawk 2134.
Clear to Krakow for OKSAT 4 Alpha departure, runway 01 left, initial climb 7000 and squawk 2134, WizzAir 2070.
2070, reback, correct?
Yeah, hopefully the mic quality hasn't detracted from me trying to showcase a preview of that Twin Otter in the video. Hopefully I've managed to get it all across to show you how fantastic it is turning in, well, becoming, I guess. It's still an early progress beta. Jurassic, what mic do I use? It's just a headset. HyperX something. Definitely need to get a new one. It's wired though. Mic has a kind of buzz when you speak. Brilliant.
Actually, contact Polaris control 118.875.
Okay, 118.875, takeoff mic, over.
It possibly is because I've turned it right up, but yeah, I've noticed it's become a bit problematic over the last few weeks. 1183, that's all good. We need to do yes.
Scandinavian 496, cleared to Krakow, OKSAT 4 Alpha departure, runway 01 left.
Before we've got 7.9 in the tanks.
Squawk 1731.
Clear to the OKSAT 4 Alpha departure, initial climb 4000, squawking 1731 for us.
Scandinavian 496, negative,
Back to
initial climb
69.
7000 feet.
Random number.
7000, apologies, 46.
Oh, Boggs, that's good stuff. Once I've only had 1 or 2 comments saying it was a problem, but 1 or 2 is enough for me. Does get you a little bit worried. Trying to showcase something. But we'll be live tomorrow in the Twin Otter. We need to come up with a route actually for that. Sasha, hello. Need to create a route for it so that we can go and blast around either Antarctica or Glasgow to Barra, around Scandinavia or Iceland, one of those. So If you're in our Discord server,
Yeah,
make sure you head to the live streams tab and drop a little vote in as well. Alex is in beta, don't see the colour banding atmosphere, looks smooth now. Good stuff, that sounds really good.
Scandinavian 955, ready to taxi.
Scandinavian 955, do you require DIs?
Negative, no DS. Right.
Scandinavian 955, Roger, taxi, Golf, November, holding point, Alpha 2, runway 01 left.
I can't, like, you can't even see the aeroplane 2 stands down. That's how bad this weather is in Oslo at the moment. Classics up for some Scottish Island hopping. IPU's on bleed, let's come off that.
Norseman 4 uniform, Mike, via Alpha 1, line up 01 left.
Let's get Pushback, shall we? Make sure I've got my taxi charts ready. WizzAir 2070, fully ready, request push and start.
Sir 2070, report stand number.
Stand 76, WizzAir 2070.
Cockpit to ground.
Sir 27, version Wizard 2070, push and start approved, straight push, QNH 1018, turn transponder on.
Push start approved, straight push, and QNH 1018, turn transponder on, WizzAir 2070.
G'day, Scandinavian 0, requesting Alpha Course 2, Krakow.
Scandinavian 496, ready to push start.
Scandinavian 0 number 1, break, Scandinavian 496. Report stand number.
I'm going to manually do dot squawk 2134 because I don't trust it was working for us at the moment.
Okay, sir. The bypass pin is installed.
Scandinavian 4755, it's stand 68.
Freezing fog with 200 meter visibility in the METAR.
Brakes are set. You may lift. Parking brake set.
Yeah, it's
Scandinavian 4.
pretty bad, isn't it? We'll get icing and stuff on as well.
755, straight push and start approved, QNH 1000, correction 1018.
Straight push approved, QNH 1018, Scandinavian 4755.
Scandinavian
907, ready for departure.
Go ahead.
Scandinavian 907, taxi holding point Alpha 1.
Taxi over Alpha 1, Scandinavian 907.
Push start. Please release parking brake. Parking brakes are released.
Rightio, let's go.
You can start the engines in sequence. It will start in the sequence.
Straight push.
Sir 503.
I have no idea what's behind us though.
Correction. Yeah, we should 5034, straight push and start approved, QNH 1018.
Did I put the beacon on? What I did. No, I didn't. Got it on now. Literally can't see where we're going. I haven't edited any virtual memory. I know I have actually, last year, literally 12 months ago, but I can't remember exactly what I did. Zithira, hello, really good, thank you, I hope you're okay. Straight push, eh?
4829 are ready.
Station calling calls on there.
Scandinavian 4829
Scandinavian 4829 holding point Alpha 1.
Yeah, they've had some examiner things like, what does ILS stand for, which, instrument landing system, but it's all multiple choice. I can see the greens there. Straight push. Cythera, apparently, yeah, freezing fog, 200 meter viz, so apparently it's fairly realistic.
Inner 144 Gardermoen Tower, hello, number 3 for clearance.
So we are on stamp 1.
We'll just push back to so we can actually turn onto this yellow line.
4906, Roger, straight push and start approved, QNH 1018.
Straight push approved, 108, 5617.
Name 496, turn transponder.
Completed. Please set your parking brake.
We've got the flybywire tiller as well, of course, and the latest TCAS updates with a like a test branch version.
Ground. You may disconnect. Okay, sir.
WizzAir A32NX Gardermoen Tower, hello, number 4 for clearance break. Scandinavian 907, line up 0 left.
Position waiting for the visual.
Line up to 1 left, Scandinavian 907.
Tell me it was just landed in Oslo 30 minutes ago.
Oslo approach 118.875.
He's away.
118.875,
118.875 is next.
Scandinavian 907, wind is calm, RVR 1200 meters.
We need to reset rudder trim, that is locked already. We got our report up,
Scandinavian
yes.
4755, request taxi.
And up here,
Scandinavian 4755, left turn correction, left turn onto Hotel November, holding point 01 left.
everything's on, icing wise.
Left turn onto Hotel November, holding point runway 01 left. Scandinavian
Count recovery word
4755.
means if you forget your password or anything like that, then you can just recover it using a secret word that only you know.
With information kilo from standard sector request aircraft awareness to Krakow.
Right.
Sir 3625 Gardermoen Tower, hello.
Actually put runway turn lights here, wing lights on I think for this. Let's pop them out the belly and get strobes on auto ready.
Roger number 5, WizzAir 3625.
Scandinavian 955, line up runway 01 left by Alpha 2. Line up and
Yeah, the Gardermoen Freeware is fantastic, definitely worth downloading. Can't really show it to you in all its glory here, but
Scandinavian 0, cleared to Krakow, OKSAT.
I think you get the idea. It's quite good.
Correction 7,000 feet, squawk 6021.
Squawk is 6021. Would you mind repeating the whole clearance again? Scandinavian 0?
Scandinavian 0, cleared to Krakow, OKSAT 4 Alpha departure, runway 01 left, initial climb 7,000 feet.
Cleared to Krakow via the 01 left, the runway. Departure is OKSAT 4 Alpha departure, squawk 6021, initial climb off street 7,000
don't want that one.
feet.
Let's just turn it off.
Scandinavian 0, they're back to deck.
WizzAir 2070, request taxi.
Sir 2070, taxi Hotel November, holding point Alpha 2, runway 01 left.
Taxi Hotel November and hold point November 201 left, WizzAir 2070.
Holding point Alpha 2.
Sorry, thank you. Hold point Alpha 2, WizzAir 2070.
Scandinavian 4755, holding point Alpha 1, runway 01 left.
Holding point Alpha 1 runway
So low
01
vis
left,
procedures in place. We
4755.
need to go that way with the tiller.
955, wind
Oh.
calm, runway 01 left, cleared for takeoff. RVR 1200 meters.
Need to change the profile because
Scandinavian
I don't have the
907,
tiller
contact
on the
Oslo
CRJ
approach
profile.
118.875.
118.875, Scandinavian 907, bye bye.
Right.
Scandinavian 49er, correction Scandinavian 4829er, behind the departing company Airbus A330 via Alpha 1, line up runway 01 left behind.
But this is
Yeah,
a bit
departing
weird.
company line up and wait via Alpha 1, runway 01 left behind Scandinavian
Did I change my
4829.
QNH? No, it doesn't work. You know what?
Ground Scandinavian 496, ready for
Oh,
taxi.
where is it? It reset itself. This is really annoying. It's done that.
Scandinavian 496,
Probably wonder what we're
Lima,
doing.
Sierra Papa November to holding point Alpha 2, runway correction Alpha
Let's
1,
just
runway
disable
01 left.
Let's enable it. Okay, well the
Sierra
pedal,
Papa
the
November,
tiller actually
Alpha
isn't
1,
moving,
401
so
left, 46.
let's just get rid of it.
Scandinavian 59 and Bravo request taxi.
Scandinavian 59 Bravo, taxi Romeo Papa Sierra,
annoying.
correction Romeo Papa November, holding point Alpha
Tiller
1,
doesn't seem to be
runway
working.
01 left.
Please remind me
Romeo
to
Papa
reset back to the
November.
CRJ profile before we take off because I don't have reverse thrust anymore either because they've changed something with that as well, which is rather annoying. Keep going round. Oh, we can't see very much at all.
WizzAir 5034, Roger, behind the Scandinavian on your 3 o'clock, taxi Romeo
Hotel,
Papa,
down to November.
Mike, holding point Alpha 4,
Dodgy, hello,
runway
welcome.
01 left.
Thank you for the offer. Won't be able to join though, unfortunately. We're going to be doing a live preview flight of the new upcoming Aerosoft Twin Otter. So I'm going to be doing that instead, sadly.
995, contact Oslo, correction Polaris control 118.875.
Contact Loris 118.875,
Might take off with icing on actually. Nick, hello, Happy New Year.
Scandinavian 0
Can't even see the terminal, there's a terminal building here.
Requesting pushback.
Yes, calling, call on there.
Get through in.
Scandinavian 0.
That's all good.
Scandinavian 0, push and start approved, face south to turn left onto hotel, QNH 1018.
Pushback approved, face south to turn to hotel destination 1018. Scandinavian 0.
Scandinavian 4829er, wind calm, runway 01 left, clear for takeoff, RVR 1200 meters.
Runway 01 left, clear to take off, Scandinavian 4829.
WizzAir 2070, are you able to immediate departure?
A firm was 2070.
Roger.
Ah.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
Correction, Osprey 585, clear to Krakow, OKSAT 4 out for departure, runway 01 left, initial climb 7,000 feet, squawk 5.
Let's get a bit of a WizzAir taxi on then, shall we?
Clear to Krakow via the OKSAT 4 Alpha departure, squawk 5.
I mean, the runway's there, but we've literally not seen that other Scandinavian aircraft depart, so...
Runway 01 left, Osprey 585.
Osprey 585, read back correct.
Remind me, once we're airborne, we're getting to Unicom, I'm going to have to change back to a configuration that actually has a reverse thrust, because as you can see here, it doesn't work. I don't have a reverse. Probably slow down a little bit here. Need to get the route after departure as well for the return. We'll do a WizzAir turnaround as well, so we won't be on the ground at Krakow very long either.
118.875
So hold point November 2 is almost on the left.
WizzAir 2070, holding point Alpha 2, runway 01 left.
Via runway, via Alpha 2, line up runway 01 left, WizzAir 2070. Oh, this is so annoying.
Scandinavian 4755 is holding Alpha 1.
Yeah, Scandinavian 4755, number 2, because previous departure is same direction.
Number 2, Scandinavian 4755.
Station calling, calls on there. Yeah, you're still number 2, and you're not going to get out in the you still need to get all people out.
Okay, thank you.
Inner 144 cleared to Düsseldorf, Vipa 1 Alpha departure.
I don't like the way this is handling at the moment.
7,000 feet, squawk 1315.
Finne Varma 4, clear to Düsseldorf, Vipa 1 Alpha departure, runway 01 left, squawk 1315.
My controls are really messed up and I don't know why. I've not changed anything.
070, wind calm, runway 01 left, clear for takeoff, RVR 1,200 meters.
Takeoff 01 left, there was a 2070. Leo, it certainly looks like it, doesn't it?
Feet, not in the flat level.
There we go. Right, let's get the park brake off. Everything's green, on the brakes, bit of power.
Austrian 16 Delta number 5 for clearance, brake feeder 1.4.
Off the brakes.
Initial climb is 7,000 feet, not flat level 70.
Flex. SRS, runway.
144, read back correct.
Leads alive.
Osprey 585, ready for push and start.
Osprey 585.
80 knots. Now I've reset the nose wheel.
Scandinavian 4755, line up 01 left.
Last point, runway 01 left, Scandinavian 4755.
B1, coming up. Come on. There we are. B1. Rotate.
taxi.
Straight away.
November, holding point.
We're out of his.
Alpha 1, runway 01 left.
This is brilliant.
Hotel November 2 Alpha 1.
Well, let's get the autopilot on. That's their thing. Leave all them on for a bit. It says ice not detected, but
Osprey 585, straight pressure start, please.
yeah, Gridman is, isn't it? That breakthrough's going to be awesome.
Straight pressure start, please. QNH 1018, Osprey 585.
2170, there we go, leave a climb. In it goes. I'll start to accelerate.
Name is 4755, wind calm, runway 01 left, clear for takeoff, RBR 1000 meters.
Let's check out runway 01 left, Kennedy 4755.
Wizzard 2070, contact Oslo correction, Polaris control 118.875.
Contact Polaris Control 118.875 for WizzAir 2070. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Almost through that layer now, actually. Laps. Look at that.
Direct outbound, climb level 400, Scandinavian 4829 now.
Get back in here so we can see what's going on. Polaris Control, good afternoon. WizzAir 2070, 4,000 feet, and OKSAT 4 Alpha departure with an engine.
WizzAir 2070, Polaris, good afternoon. Identified 4,000 feet, climb level 350. And clear dive.
Yeah, I might have to get back to you. I've just had a dual engine failure. I might disconnect if I can't get it sorted. Right. Let's hold the green dot.
Best of luck.
For God's sake. Somebody had this the other day, didn't they? Right.
2,500. Well, control, good day, Scandinavian 4755. Is this your airborne passing 4,000? Scandinavian 4755, Polaris, low identified, climb level 210. Climb level 210, Scandinavian 4755.
I don't think this is going to work today. Try and maintain the green dot here. Here we go. Getting something. I'm literally trying to fly to the green dots. Weirdly enough, I'm keeping the route as well.
Scandinavian 600, established INS 01.
This is weird as hell.
1183, Scandinavian 600, hard drop.
Scandinavian 4755, right? 1,000. Go ahead. You're turning the wrong way, you're making a right turn for the stop departure. Confirm the exit. This will 1 out.
Let's see what we can do here.
So, this will 1 out. Yep, and you're not flying the Vippa 1 out on.
I'm going to leave the APU on for a bit. Oh, Gen 1's gone.
Good up, Polaris Northman, I-65, climbing flight level 270, westbound.
Here we go.
Scandinavian 4755 first, traffic travel block, turn right immediately, right heading 140. 140, Scandinavian 4755.
Jesus.
Northman 65, good dog.
I've got a feeling this is going to come off again. How close did we get? Probably a good thing we don't know. On again.
climb level C1.
Oh, Jesus.
Confirm final level.
Request 270 for final.
Climb level 270 final.
This is so weird.
Landing at 270 northwest 65.
That's it, guys. I think we're going to have to try and change aircraft. Yeah, WizzAir 2070. I'm going to disconnect and try and make it back. Hopefully, I'll speak to you shortly in another aeroplane.
Coming in 4755, route direct Tango Oslo.
Right, we're off the network now, because I don't want to give that controller a headache. Let's clear that. So, fly the aeroplane more so than anything else. We've got the APU on, so we've got power. And I think we're going to have to do a tailwind landing. What the hell? This doesn't make any sense, guys, does it? What is it doing? I wonder. Oh, look at the fuel flow. I think it's live weather killing the engines. I think it's that. Oh, now look at the fuel flow, guys. Aviation simulation, there you go. I think you've come to the same theory as myself here as well. I think it's live weather killing the aeroplane. Right, we've got engine 1 and engine 2 back on. I think we're going to have to stay out of Polaris control. We're going to stay en route, and then I'm going to come back on the network at OKSAT, I think. So we'll continue climb. No, MPS, so it's the live weather. It's doing that thing again where the temperature maybe was spiking so high that it was just destroying the fuel flow. I don't think it's the fly-by-wire mod. I don't think it's fly-by-wire. I don't think it's... I think it's just live weather, which we've now turned off. So we're on overcast at the moment, so it looks a bit similar. Yeah, so we're just on overcast now. God, you know what, guys? I thought we were going to have to commit to our first ever emergency landing. We'll stay out of Polaris control anyway, because it's not fair on them with this aeroplane, the sim doing what it's doing. If I was controlling, I wouldn't want to deal with it myself, to be honest. Need some floodlights. What was our cruise today? We're on our way now anyway, at least. 35,000. Mishku, hello! That was almost a proper good grief moment, wasn't it? Interestingly enough, I think we have got a nice little gap behind us as well. Anyway, we're on. We're still good. Geez, that was intense, Captain. I thought we were going to have to, that was going to be my first proper attempt at swinging back for a crash. So yeah, live weather doing its usual thing. And now there's a message on the flybywire Discord to turn off live weather. Yes, it's basically shredding the engines by the looks of it, looking at the fuel flow and everything else. Okay, we could turn LS off now because I was going to use that and then tune the ILS so I can try and have some sort of... Oh, Hendrik, hello, thanks. I was going to use it to have some sort of guidance to try and get back on onto the runway. Let's turn that back off. Ignition start, now that we've cleared all of that. Aviation simulation. Like to keep it realistic. Now the question is, has it got all of our flight plans still? Has it remembered everything? It seems to have done so. How? I do not know. So if I show you Volanta, there we go, let's stick that up. There we go, and then put that there. So we departed, everything was working nice and fine, then we got to Eidsvoll, and then our engines failed, and you can see there we drifted ever so slightly off the line because I was manually flying it then, just flying it straight effectively and trying to maintain some sort of glide speed as we made our way out towards this fjord. And I was going to potentially ditch in there, but I noticed there was the Gjard airstrip as well on Volanta. I didn't think that was going to be big enough, so that wasn't really an option. The only option was to do a right turn like we were doing here, and I was going to backtrack along the routing. That was my plan anyway. Follow that free-flown route that we've just done, and then sort of go and find the airport again. I was going to tune for the ILS runway 19 left and just see if I can get in. We are almost at Akaki, which means 10 miles we can reconnect to the network. Now our EGTs and everything have all stabilised, and our oil pressure as well actually, because I think that was like 200 and something a minute ago when the engines failed. That was an exciting start, Mark. Not what we wanted for the 1st of January. Dean, Happy New Year. It was almost a horrendous start, but we're through. Alex, no, live weather's not working, sadly. We're on overcast at the moment, so it looks similar. Unreal weather doesn't work anymore either, sadly. Guys, hope you're enjoying it anyway. Do hit the like button. We've survived that engine failure. We've just got to get to... We've got to get to Krakow now. Good grief. Yeah, we need to... that's a good shout, actually. Check our fuel flow, see if we've got enough. I did put an extra ton in. I think we might have gone through that already. God, that was stressful. I was gonna change, yeah, engine cut to idle twice, we were able to save it. I don't know how. Ashley, not convinced it's the live weather either though, at least not temperature related anyway. Look back in the stream and both times the temperature stayed around -22 throughout, so that's correct then. Did you notice when you look back, Ashley, did you notice anything with the oil pressures or anything like that at any point? I'm sure I saw the oil flickering. Jesus, we've used a ton already. ton of fuel. That's insane. OKSAT, OKAKI, let's reconnect. We're back on VATSIM. We turned everything off up here. We have lights and stuff. APU's now off, and the crossflow, which is triggered on, is off as well. Oh, that's a question. Did we get our rat out? No. Cool. That's good. Wesley, why were we off? Why were we off the network? God. You missed the most dramatic moment in a long time. Oh, aviation simulation, that's a good shout. It could be the livery. Yeah, we got to crash the desktop with it ages ago, didn't we? The WizzAir livery. Jurassic!
Scandinavian 0, level 210.
EKDK. We flying through Denmark now? No, not yet. In fact, we're not going to be over their airspace. "11 months, Jurassic. Fantastic. Thank you for all your support over the last almost a year. Casper can see me on TCAS. Oh, I've got a TCAS warning as well. 2,200 above. Well, that's going to be interesting. 15, no, just shy of 10 miles behind. Is the flybywire A32NX good? Yes, it's fantastic. I love it. They've done some great work with creating a really usable aircraft. There he is, there's Casper. Just see a little blip above Whiz face reveal. Oh dear. Yeah, the the flybywire development mod is fantastic. You're on the dev branch version, not the stable version. Bloody Funkster, I feel like that was medal worthy. 2 engine failures. We managed to keep a glide, hold a glide quite nicely. We got the terrain warnings kick in, but beyond that, we got her down. You can't hear anything. Huh?
Yep. 625, route direct Valby, descend 5,000 feet, Gardermoen QNH 1018. Direct Valby, descending 5,000 feet, QNH 178, Oslo 65.
Actually, yeah, that's an interesting theory. Something that I think is going to have to be explored a bit more, actually, see if we can pin down exactly what caused that engine failure, the dual engine failure. Dual engine failure. We're inventing things as we go to start the new year. Oh man. Squad can hear. So I think we're supposed to be in Unicorn now, I thought.
Level 100. Level 100,
At least on Volanta it shows that we're out of Enos Polaris control anyway.
Polaris control, good afternoon, Osprey 585, climbing 7,000 feet via the OKSAT for Alpha departure.
3585 Polaris, hello, climb via SID level 21.
Casper, I think you should try and overtake me.
Level 210.
And then we'll see if we can trigger TCAS, see what happens. I'll drop the controller a private message.
Osprey 585, left heading 260.
Left heading, apologies, what's that then? 585?
A-frame left heading 010 now. We have a go now.
010, heading left, Osprey 405. Scanning 46, requesting continuous climb to our top of descent, please.
Looking at Volanta, we got within 600 feet of hitting the ground, Ashley. Wow. I feel like I need a gin and tonic already.
Scanning 46, sir, if we could climb to our top of descent.
Thank you to both our controllers, Roald at Gardermoen Tower, and Per Christian as well, our Polaris controller. Appreciate them connecting to the network and being our controllers today. And again, I've sent Per Christian a little private message just to say sorry about the dual engine failure earlier. Just wanted to disconnect to sort of prevent being a problem for him basically, and waited until we left his airspace to turn it back on again. Lloyd's Epic Clouds, never used it. Maybe I should for days like today. Fuel flow's looking good now anyway. Everything else has sort of stabilised quite nicely again, hasn't it? And then if we look at fuel prediction, it's still estimating that we are going to be back on with 2.8. Yeah, you know what? I didn't really do many of the checklists that popped up here, the initial emergency stuff, but that's because ideally somebody is sat here in real life and they'll work through that while I fly the plane. So I was just focusing on trying to hold the green dot speed, although I was a little bit aloof twice with that. Trying to hold that green dot speed and just stay in the air basically while I worked out what was happening to decide if I needed to turn back or not. But I knew I probably, without the engines, I wouldn't have made the airfield, so I was flying straight for the lakes basically. All the fire trucks, TBS indeed. Oh dear. That's it. I loathe calling a mayday, so that's why I didn't want to call a mayday on the VATSIM network. Real life, entirely different, but on the VATSIM network, I just hit the disconnect switch. Just tell the controller what's happening, and then that's it. Did you reset the throttle for the reversers to work? Good shout, Aviation Simulation. Let's do that. And then by that point, Casper's probably going to overtake us, and then we can potentially test the TCAS in operation as well if we try and overtake him again. Oh. It's annoying now that the controls have changed. I've got to use my CRJ profile just for this to work. Darren, it's not a bad idea actually. Maybe do a little emergency landing stream in the future. Right, let's go to Max 76. Casper's got an abnormal flaps indication as well. Matthias, absolutely in Unicom land right now. Happy days. Roland, yeah, it would have been another Sully potentially. And Casper's climbed to 370. What did we file for? 35, wasn't it? Yeah, so what we could do is yeah, CRJ profile for the reversers basically. So throttle decrease is what I'm using now. So I've just press and hold it, and it will just trigger the reverse thrusts basically for us, which is going to be helpful. There he comes, or here he comes. So we're going to prepare this. We're going to see what happens. Knowing that he's coming up behind us, and we're going a lot slower, we're going to try, well, I'm going to try and time it so as he's about to fly overhead, we're going to initiate a climb into his path. We'll see what happens with TCAS. The joys of Unicom, eh? That was the most eventful start to a stream I think we've ever had, beyond when I hit aileron trim in the CRJ out of Munich many months ago, and we crashed. That was embarrassing. David G, good afternoon, good evening rather. Velox, I'd love to. I think I would rather fly the Bombardier CRJ jets, to be honest. TBS with a buffeting airframe at 107 knots in the Warrior. Let's do Mach decimal 7.2, we'll see what happens here. He should be catching us pretty quick. We're on the same route, of course, as well. We're going to climb into his path. And then we're going to see what happens if we try and overtake him again. And we'll see what happens with TCAS if we're flying towards somebody at the same flight level as well. We'll see what resolutions we get, if any. First time doing this live as well, so it's going to be interesting. Here he comes. I'm going to try and time this. So we've got 370 set already. Casper, what's your Mach number? Hendrik, yes, me too. I thought, yeah, the flybywire A32NX is usually a safety blanket, isn't it? Where's he going? Hope he's on the same route. Yeah, he's turning. Casper's increased speed to Mach decimal 8.1. So, when you start to overtake Casper, if you could reset your speed back to what it was before, and I'll see what happens with TCAS. Let's try and set this view up. Here he comes. Of course, this would never happen in real life. Little disclaimer. Before WizzAir contacts me. In fact, looks like he's about to potentially pass over soon. Casper, you're on the same route. Velox, no, mine's broken. Where's he going? Check my route. Oh, that's not working out. I don't know where he's gone. He had the same place. Well, that didn't work out as planned. Oh, he's on a different route. I was well excited for that. Off he goes. That's definitely Casper. Oh well. We might get another ping at some point soon. What network's this guy on? He's just on Volanta, that's a shame. I can see Wesley further behind up the north, so he'll be out of view for us. Velux, no, I've just set overcast basically. Might change to something else now. I don't know, scattered. A few clouds. Reset looks rubbish, doesn't it? We'll go back to 350. Right. Yeah, Casper, have you got... What's the next? Have you got Nexil? N-E-X-I-L inside your route? Because you could go direct to that and we'll merge upon each other, basically, because we are alongside each other now. If you can get that, that would be interesting, just to test out the TCAS and see how it all works. Because Casper is somewhere over here. Ozzy, hello! Happy New Year to you. Where is he? No one knows, can't see him. Oh, there he is, behind us, quite a bit now. There he is. You can actually see the Wizz livery though, that's pretty cool. Cannot Polon Nubli Kukam. No Polon. None of which are on my flight plan. Oh dear. Oh well. You know what? Maybe we can engineer it for the way back. That'll work, won't it? I'll do Mach decimal 80 then. Probably safe to put live weather back on now we're at cruise. Ooh. Yeah, let's try it. It has been causing crash to desktops though, apparently. Oh, MPS Gaming, nice. So now over Lake... I'm definitely going to pronounce this wrong. Mjorn. Mjorn? Northeast 30 kilometres. Fantastic. Live weather. Right, let's see what happens with fuel flow as well. Fuel flow, oil, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, live weather will be broken. Temperatures are good though. Right, minus 49, minus 21, ISO deviation of +5. Doesn't really make much sense. But obviously, I don't think it's loaded in, has it? It's just broke itself. Ah, nice. Peter's coming up alongside as well on Valanta's network. Where's he gone? You know what? I feel like the live weather is working, because look at that haze off in the distance. Is that Lake Mjorn over there? By any chance, where MPS Gaming lives? 30 kilometres isn't far actually, is it? So perhaps it's down here. Ah, that could be it. There's weird patches on the ground with photogrammetry. There's a lake as well, actually. Not far away from Gothenburg. Is there a decision inside the Pollen live streams in Discord yet as to what Aerosoft Twin Otter live preview route we're going to use? Starkerb, hello! Welcome aboard. Happy New Year. Darren, has TCAS been released for the masses yet? Not yet, no. There's still, it's in testing at the moment, so I think we can look forward to it in the near future, but it's not quite there yet. Yeah, I think it's a 2-minute delay with how VATSIM reads it all. Let's have a little look at Discord. We'll check the route for the return journey because we're going to have to work that out as well. Someone's going to have to clip that engine failure that we did. Stick a link onto Discord for us. So the preferential route at the moment is hops around Iceland with the Aerosoft Twin Otter. Norland Air with the wheels, Tundra Pax version. So that looks like that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow with the Aerosoft Twin Otter live preview. Very exciting. Glasgow's winning at the moment. Have I read it wrong? Wouldn't be the first time. What are we going to be for the way back? Wiz 1342. The return. Number 5. Oh yes, Glasgow to Barra, that is the one that's winning at the moment. The only thing is, are we going to do it on the VATSIM network, or are we going to do it something else? Iceland has 1 vote, yes, thank you. I definitely misread that, not sure how. Yeah, so it looks like it's going to be Glasgow to Barra in the Aerosoft Twin Otter preview. We've got 3 votes as well for Kathmandu to Lukla, 2 votes for hops around the Solomon Islands, 2 votes for hops around Antarctica, Rothera to Sky Blue and back, 1 vote for hops around Iceland, 4 votes for Glasgow to Barra, and then 2 votes for hops in Scandinavia. There's 66 files changed today with the Aerosoft Twin Otter, which I've refreshed via their server thing that I've got. So huge changes already in comparison to the video that I've just sent live onto the channel. Rotor with the actual propeller animations and everything else are really smooth now as well. And the sounds have been changed, they've been improved. Some of the cockpit animations, the interactions with the actual aircraft have been improved or even activated, so now the doors can open as well. We'll go through all of that tomorrow. Holster, hello, how do you vote? Just above your question, click the link, head into our Discord server, and then once you've accepted the rules and you can see the server, you should see in NOTAMs a section called live streams. Click that and you'll see basically the options available to you, and you just click the reaction 1 to 6 that you'd like to go and see basically. The question is, do we do it on VATSIM, or do we do it on MSFS multiplayer, or in fact join FS? Oh, Mark, throwing the Orkney Islands into the ring. You know what, actually, let me just zoom out onto a map here. We could start at Glasgow, couldn't we? We could do Glasgow to Barra, wherever that is. I'm going to have to type it in Google Maps. There it is, the old pin. Yeah, so we could do Glasgow to Barra, and then we could fly up to something like Stornoway perhaps, or... yeah, or we could even head up to... so we could do Glasgow to Barra, Barra to Stornoway, and then Stornoway across the northern tips towards John O'Groats, and then up into the Orkney Islands, couldn't we? And almost turn it into a big old group flight tomorrow as well. That's actually a really good shout. And extremely scenic as well. Papa Westray, one of the smallest airfields, I think, isn't it, in the UK? We could even finish there. Or we could go the other way around. Start there, head down to Glasgow, and then across to Barra. Kirkwall. Is there any scenery for Kirkwall? Let's have a look on flightsim.to. Kirkwall. Yes, there is. Well, it's an upgrade by Superspud. He makes some pretty good freeware actually as well. That's pretty good. Although the last review was 6 months ago, so we're not sure if it actually works still or not. The only problem. Derby, hello to you, welcome. Yeah, Glasgow to Barra is relatively short. We could then head up to Stornoway, and then we could head up to, across from Stornoway to Kirkwall, and we could even then do Westray to Papa Westray. How does that sound? And then do we do it on MSFS multiplayer? Or do we do it on joinfs.net? Although interestingly now, in the live streams poll, Ops in Scandinavia has surged. Well, I wouldn't know where to start with that one. I know Wesley mentioned earlier on inside Discord, Lunda to Viego to Kumlingi. Adder Lakes, hello. Oh, that Scottish idea sounds quite cool. Peter's wanting a bit of MSFS multiplayer action as well. Bit easier, isn't it, to set up than Join FS. And Jurassic saying MSFS multiplayer as well. Let's do a live poll during today's live stream. We've got 112 people watching, so let's just ask in here. What's the other option here? So basically I'll pick the two most popular options, which are Glasgow to Barra and then hops in like sort of Scandinavia, or well, I guess Scandinavia and or Norway. There you go. So there is a poll. In the live stream today now. Is MSFS multiplayer easy to set up? Yeah, you literally just tick all people. Pro, GOSOT. We're gonna have to start thinking about arrival into what's it called? EPKK Krakow. We've got live weather on, but it doesn't really work, but we'll set up for it anyway. It suggests winds 270 at 12 knots, light drizzle, few clouds 600, feet scattered 800 feet, broken cloud 1500, plus 10 degrees Celsius, dew point plus 9, so expecting some low vis and fog potentially as well, and the QNH 1021, but we know QNH isn't working properly either, and I guess tomorrow as well we are restricted somewhat by the fact that live weather's not working yet again, which is really annoying. Expecting runway 25 in Krakow, so we'll go for ILS 25. And ooh, what was the approach? Barry 3 Golf. Barracks 3 Golf. Via Ballsy. Barracks 3 Golf, Fire Ballsy, yeah, that's the one, happy days. So we'll insert that. Barracks, Oddsob, KK 552, 553, 556, 558, 559, 561, 562, Ballsy. And then Offuck for the approach, so let's pin that one. Approach, ILS 25, yep, Offuck, and then it's 362, which is there, followed by touchdown. Let's see, we want, interestingly that's not pre-selected, so 1103. And the course is now optional, you can actually put it in, so it's 252. Oh brilliant, it's not letting us put it in. It doesn't like it. Oh well. 112.8, and then it's KAK. So if you're watching for the first time, you're wondering how on earth did I get all of that using Navigraph. So here's our arrival, because our route takes us in via Barracks at the top here, Barracks 3 Golf, over Katowice, and Oddsob, Atteraba flight level 110, and then we're doing this sort of squared off half downwind leg, or extended downwind into finals, the ILS. So it's runway 25 that we're expecting. And for descent planning, expect a base turn, a beam 10 to 15 nautical mile final. So, 10 to 15, so that could be from KKE 558 actually. With a shortcut, so we might even do that. And then on the ground we want to pin the next charts, because the ILS looks like this. So there's Ballsy, Offuck, and then the ILS approach. Missed approach data at the very top here as well. Transition level I'm going to just guess around 7,000. There's our minimums. We can put these in actually as well. Category C, 1001. And then runway 25, we'll look to vacate around Delta if we can, and then head into the terminal buildings for a turnaround. And we're pretty much halfway now. Aerodynamics asking what throttle and yoke do we use? Just a really basic T-Flight HOTAS X full flight kit from Thrustmaster. I would love to get my hands on a honeycomb setup. That would be quite good. Radnav, we've done those. MPS gaming, no, you can't actually. So, same with Join FS. Casper, taxiway Golf is still closed at Krakow. When was that? Ah, yes, the little diagonal one. Nice one, thank you very much. So Glasgow to Barra would be quite cool in the Twin Otter, because then we're landing on the beach, aren't we? So that would be quite unique. So we could do a touchdown at the beach, turn around, take off from the beach again and head up to Orkney, then across the north of Scotland, maybe even via Stornoway. So it could be quite a cool little live stream, that Scottish little trip. I wouldn't know where to begin with Scandinavian or Norway hops, so I'd need somebody to create a scenic route for me, I think. Jurassic Lark, yeah, sorry to hear that, that's terrible news. Hope everything's okay. Hopefully you can get another job nice and quick. Redundancy's never nice. Mark, no, it's okay. I wouldn't. I'd be at pains to give it back. White plan Gossart Row. That's looking fine. Fuel prediction 2.6. 1001, I think I said, wasn't it? So from the charts, that minimum's here 1001. Stick that in there. Oh, Wesley, yeah, you have got a route actually. But Barra is unique, it's a beach. We're landing on the sand. Temperature, QNH. Oh, see, I think we're going to have to put a QNH of 1013 into this because the live weather's broke, the QNH is broke. Oh, Jurassic, yeah, that's pretty bad. It's already put its own transition altitude to 7,500 in, which is pretty good, so that saves us the job. So we just got temperature and mag wind to put in a little later on as we get closer. So we've got this ever so slight right turn going on. Runway 25 in Krakow, Wesley. That looks cool, look at that. It could be anything. MPS gaming, really. What I could do, if I can get it stable enough, I would connect to Join FS and MSFS multiplayer. So those of you who are using something else, we could use Join FS, and everyone else could use Microsoft Flight Simulator's multiplayer. So, what's your route in Norway, Wesley? Let's see. It's up here somewhere. You put it in Discord earlier, so there you go. I'll put it into the live chat so you can see what the flight is going to be like. There's the start of the star in 320 nautical miles. F252 PR, thank you. I knew I forgot something and I couldn't remember for the life of me what I was missing with that. There we go. Genius. Thanks for the help. How's the vote go? Oh, it is quite close, isn't it? Question is, how long do we keep the vote open for? We've got 55 votes already, which is pretty good actually. It's more than we got on Discord, so happy days. Thanks everybody who has voted in that poll at the moment. 57 votes, exciting. Keep smashing the like button for today's live stream as well if you are enjoying it. If you're sitting in the background and you haven't yet decided if you want to subscribe, then please do click the big shiny red button. And make sure as well you don't forget about tomorrow's live Aerosoft Twin Otter preview that we're going to be conducting. The first one in English. In fact, there was a German one yesterday, I think, which was rather good. With a real Twin Otter pilot, and I'm not one of those, so it's going to be interesting tomorrow. I'll be grappling with trying to learn the Twin Otter in front of you guys. And trying to show you all the features that I possibly can along the way. It's not too far away now either, I don't think, and I think pricing wise they're looking around, I think they've suggested $25, around about that, so very, very, very good price indeed. It's not going to be to the same level as the Aerosoft CRJ, but as you've seen, those of you who saw the video that I put live earlier today, just before the live stream, you will see that actually it is really quite nice indeed. Douglas, hello to you, welcome on board, thanks for subscribing, and Harry Hub as well. I can't remember if I said thanks and welcome to yourself, and Flying Miles as well. Welcome on board, guys. Need to make sure I've got the return flight pre-filed on VATSIM as well. Change of call sign means we've got to reconnect. To be honest, I'm not convinced we're going to make it back with the departure that we had. The dual engine failures. But we'll see how we go. Classic's really excited for the Twin Otter as well, yeah, me too. The Scottish Island one is definitely probably the better of the two. Beach landing, short, remote island runways, and of course we'll depart the Tyreek Devco Glasgow scenery as well, so we will start with some stunning scenery. Vote Scandinavia, vote Scotland, love it. Glasgow to Barra to the Orkney Islands does sound rather fantastic. Just saw Ashley's image in the club lounge. Engine 1 shut down if no fuel leak, imbalance monitor, TCAS mode, select TA, avoid icing conditions, land ASAP, landing inhibit, air bleed, elec and hydraulics. I'm guessing the oil stuff at the bottom below that wasn't really shown. Because I remember looking at, what did I look at? So I left wing icing on, but I turned engine 1 and 2 icing off because it said ice not detected. And then I remembered looking at something down here, seeing that it was really high. I think it was oil. I think something looked like it went really high, and I think was it one of these as well, started blinking to suggest that the exhaust gases were really high as well. Becky's asking which is better. Personally, I've only got Microsoft Flight Simulator, and even if we've got issues like today where live weather's playing up, I can't see a reason to change. So personally, I've only used the one. I've only got MSFS, but I think it's wonderful. The add-ons, some of the scenery as well now coming soon, and some of the aircraft coming soon are just insane. And then we've got the fantastic freeware teams like Salty Simulations with the 747 improvements, Heavy Division improving the 787 for those with Premium Deluxe Edition, and then Flybywire's A32NX. Well, the problem MPS Gaming is live weather's actually broken, so we don't know how well that's going to work tomorrow. John, welcome on board. Thank you for subscribing. Hope you're well. Happy New Year to you. If you haven't yet watched the Aerosoft Twin Otter preview that I've put on the channel, then do go and have a look at that after today's live stream. But what I will say is, I know the microphone quality for myself is a bit crackly in that video. I still, for the life of me, can't work out why that's the case. But I'll apologise in advance for that one. I'm working on it. Hopefully tomorrow's quality will be a lot better. Actually, nice. Yeah, I think tomorrow, in any case, we'll probably be flying around in the Twin Otter with live weather or scattered cloud presets or something like that. How are these two new aircraft, the CRJ 900 and 1000, doing? Yeah, they're fantastic. I really like the 1000 with the super stretched version as well. Quite lanky aeroplane to try and manage. Let's have a look at the top of descent markers and stuff, shall we? Is it in that one? Top of descent. Sync. And we want to look at the barracks. Golf arrival, so we have to be at or above flight level 110 here. So we'll go for 75 nautical miles roughly for that one. Flight level 110, and then we've got 28, 38, 48, 58. So basically about 60 miles from that point to final approach. So actually, I think we should be okay with just a start descent 70 miles before that target there. Good have been no problem at all. Thank you very much. Winter Splash is asking what aircraft is your favourite from the A320 family. That's a good question. I think I would quite like. I like the A321neo just because it's a bit longer, so it'd be a little bit more tricky to handle, I guess. and a bit heavier. A lot of people like the A319, don't they, from what I remember, having had that conversation previously a little while ago inside Discord. I hope you have a good day. Say hello to your grandma. And do you have issues with the number 2 comms working in the CRJ? Jerry, I'm not sure actually. I can't remember if when I last tried that actually. Yeah, AIG, definitely worth going through all of the effort trying to get it all installed and working, to be honest. It is a bit of a pain in the backside. Their user interface is pretty atrocious as well. Wesley, Danny, hello, welcome. Happy New Year. And Nong, hello to you. Happy New Year to you as well. Thanks for subscribing, guys. Great to have you with us in 2022. 186 to barracks. We are going to start descent when that says 70, basically. Is it barracks? No, hold on. So from barracks, it's 32.5 miles to odd sub. So when we are 40 miles to barracks, we'll start descent. Lurids, why don't the flybywire team make the A319 or A321 for Microsoft Flight Simulator? So that's because originally they started with the default A320 from Asobo, and they were just editing the features within it but keeping the same model. Now the same is actually the case today. They're still using the Asobo model itself, but they're working on creating their own A320 Neo model. Once they've done that, they intend in future to then create an A319 and an A321 as well. Notice Gaming, hello and Happy New Year to you, and eSuperfly, Happy New Year. Is Aerosoft releasing the Twin Otter for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020? It is, yes. I'm hoping you saw the video that I put live at 12 o'clock today, showing the preview of the Aerosoft Twin Otter. And tomorrow we're in it live. We're going to be flying around in a special preview, early preview, with a work in progress beta build with a Twin Otter in MSFS. So we'll be trying it out and seeing what progress they've made so far. Momo, hello to you. Happy New Year. Hope you're well. Warsaw Towers online. Not helpful for us though. UC's behind, Scandinavian 59 Bravo. Peter's on our right hand side, offline. Winter Splash, never been a fan of the A318. I see the Air France one flying into Heathrow regularly and it looks really out of proportion and a little bit weird. You're at Jurassic, yeah, exactly. So once the systems and all the avionics, the hydraulics and everything like that are all included and added into this A32NX, all they need to do then is really sort of create their own aircraft model and then put everything across. They might need to tweak things and just fiddle around with a couple of the settings and codes and things, but should then work quite nicely. And then all they would need to do is stretch the fuselage out and change the way the flaps work, the aerodynamics work, maybe twiddle the engine outputs ever so slightly, and the fuel tank volumes as well, the centre of gravity bits. But I'd like to think that that could be done within 6 months. It is a huge, fantastic international team. Land O'Lakes, Happy New Year, hello to you. Hendrick's still hoping for an A321 XLR for the sim. That would be epic. That would be really cool, actually, wouldn't it? And we'll be able to do some cool JetBlue stuff as well. What's the Otter's cruise speed? Oh, I'm not sure. Caravan would be perfect for it, though, actually. Caravan, and I think the TBM potentially as well. Although you might have to slow down, fly a bit slower in the TBM. See, I'm loving the idea of the Glasgow Barra stuff, to be honest. So I think that should be the one that wins. 278 kilometers an hour, says Google. So what's that in knots? 200 knots? Superflight's quite the workhorse, isn't it? It can take a bit of a battering. 146 to barracks. If it's 50-50, we need to fly both. Yeah, if it's 50-50, I guess so. I like the idea of Scotland. We don't really do enough for Scotland. And I've not actually done a group flight involving Barra, have we? Aviation Simulation, are we doing the return to Oslo or are we leaving it at Krakow? You know what? I'm not sure. What do you guys think? I'm conscious the live weather stuff has caused a problem, and we had the engine failure as well. Graham, hello, Happy New Year to you. RP Beastly, hello to you as well, Happy New Year. If it's 50-50, then I'll decide, yeah, that's a good way of doing it. Michelle's saying, do the return in the CRJ perhaps. That's not a bad shout actually, we could do a Scandinavian CRJ hop, couldn't we? Just switch it up from Wizz. We'll get a lot of confused people tuning in going, I thought you were doing WizzAir. It must have just been live weather. It must have been, I think that was it November or December where the live weather broken, and I remember the fly-by-wire stuff with the way that they simulate the hydraulics, the fuel flow, the engine, all the engine stuff. I remember it was causing massive spikes, so fuel flow was going through the roof and the engines were shredding themselves, causing loads of engine failures. So I'd like to think if we hold it off live weather, it should be okay. Jay, nice, that sounds good. That's a big lunch. We'll keep the Aerosoft Twin Otter pole live until we get on the ground at Krakow. In fairness, I think we could probably give it a go flying back as it is. Noah, hello. Not sure actually. Haven't seen any issues on my side of it. Brandon, yeah, live weather's broken again. We're back on live weather at the moment though, interestingly, and it seems to be holding its own again, but earlier on it caused, we think it was the live weather anyway, potentially, or just crazy icing, that maybe it was the trigger to it, where we had a dual engine failure. Have I tried the PMP A321 with the A32NX compatibility mod? No, I haven't actually. I thought they'd gone. I thought that was the end of the team, the whole Project Megapack stuff. Wesley's at top of descent already. Jesus. Brandon, good shout. Maybe it was a bird strike. MPS gaming, yeah. Oh yeah, Canadian mods. They were crooked as heck, weren't they? They started ripping all sorts of stuff. I didn't know we could still get all their stuff. I thought maybe the A321 that was the end of it. It's interesting to see that that's working again now. Odd sob. So we could go prog. Oh, odd sob. Very nearly put in my own pilot manual waypoint then, which is obviously a new feature in here as well, which I haven't yet worked out how to use. Odd sob. So we could use that, 132 to go. So when that hits, is it 75 or something like that? Then we can get the nose down and start descending. Wally, Happy New Year to you. Great save. Thank you very much. That was rather stressful on departure. Simper flight, yeah, that is rather sad that they've bit the bullet. I was really looking forward to their A350. Like you're saying there, Hendrik, hopefully it really helps the Digital Flight Dynamics team creating their A350 Freeware. LSP, hello to you, Happy New Year, and Wally, yeah, thank you, we've switched our controls back now. Casper, so Unreal Weather apparently doesn't work at the moment. In fact, it causes me some weird problems in the weather mods, in the actual tab itself, so when I click onto it, it just freezes, locks up that entire section of the UI, so not really sure what's happening with it, but it doesn't work for me since Sim Update 7. And Mikhail, hello to you, Happy New Year. How do you do transatlantic flights with ATC? Because I was flying from Reykjavik to Heathrow, flew through Shannick radio, transatlantic flight kept saying coordinates all the time. Winter, no, Digital Flight Dynamics, they're still working on the A350, I think. Unless I've missed something else. Basically in your flight plan you put your waypoint, your coordinates in Superfly when you're on transatlantic. If you want to have a little look how, then I would recommend going back to my Cross the Pond live stream. Have a little look at that and see what that says. I'll basically show it all in its glory there. Oh, we got Krakow Tower, 12325. Just wait for the ATIS to feed in perhaps as well. PBS, hello to you. This is Microsoft Flight Simulator and we're using a Freeware A32NX mod. David, yeah, we're flying the return unless we get a live weather induced crash to desktop. But we're planning on flying the return at least at the moment. I think the I'm not convinced that the Fly Live dashboard is displaying properly. Just caught a glimpse of it. I'm pretty certain that is balked. So let me reset that. ENGM, EPKK. It's 2070. That looks better. I was thinking there's no way we're only just 50% of the way there. We're almost at top of descent. And we've been doing Mach decimal 880 the whole way. It'll be interesting to see as we get a bit lower what is going to happen with live weather on approach. Because we've got live weather back on again, having sorted out the dual engine failures on departure. PBS, we're on a fixed PC, a desktop PC. Shraxy, how do you find where east is when push and starting? Good question. Easiest way, just look at your nav display. So east is 090 degrees or 90 degrees. If you can't see it, just turn to nav and you want to make sure the front of the little plane is pointing towards east. But east can be anywhere between sort of 060 and 120, so that can be east if you're looking at a taxiway. But as long as you're facing that sort of general direction east, then that's all good. Same with north and west and everything else. So north is always 0, west is 270, and south is 180. East is 090. How do you do a turnaround on VATSIM? So we filed a new flight plan with a new call sign, WIZ 1342. So once we've landed at Krakow, we're going to park up on stand, start the turnaround process by putting in the new route, which we've already got ready to go in SimBrief itself, and then we're going to disconnect from the VATSIM network, then reconnect with our new call sign, EPKK ATIS. So Krakow Information Alpha, expect hotel, hotel arrivals for ILS approach runway, departures runway, okay, they're blank. QNH 1021, but we know that that's not working. View clouds 1,000 feet, scattered 1,300 feet, broken 1,800 feet, temperature 10 degrees, dew point 09. I'm going to leave the QNH on 1013 because the live weather at the moment, the QNH is stuck at 1013, so for us to display correctly we'll need to tune that. We'll check it on the ground to see, otherwise we might on departure have to change the QNH again if it's suddenly working again. What is it? Transition level 80, winds 270 at 11. And the transition at 8,000, so we'll amend that and we'll add that in manually. There we go, done. How are we doing? 49 to barracks, so we want... what was it? At or above flight level 110, so we'll target 120 for now then in that case. We'll just see how we go. Hopefully 2022 brings greatness to Microsoft Flight Simulator, says Land of Lakes, but I'm feeling like the sad kid at Christmas that didn't get a gift he wanted. Yeah, hopefully PMDG drop that 737 soon. It won't be much longer for the Aerosoft Twin Otter, so everything that you guys are going to see in the live stream tomorrow in a preview is most likely going to be one of the, or if not the sort of potentially one of the final versions I'd like to think they are very close. They're bug fixing a few things at the moment. So yeah, that indicates to me they're not looking to add anything anymore. And they're looking to bug fix. It suggests that actually progress is looking pretty good, and they're almost ready to release. Oh, Jurassic, fantastic. Wasn't Mathis by any chance, was it? Aerosoft preview page. Is that on the forums? I'm gonna have to find that. And here we go, love it. Very exciting. Let's go top of descent. Probably a little bit higher than we expected, but we'll just see what happens on the way down, I think. We'll go back to manage mode now as well. The chairman, thank you. Christian went, hello to you, welcome on board. Happy New Year. So we had a really really stressful approach, takeoff out of Oslo. Getting some weird stutters then. So I'm hoping this is going to be an uneventful approach for us, but who knows. It's been stressful so far, hasn't it? The departure has been stressful. Down we go anyway, and yeah, we'll just stay like that. Is Krakow worth its price, Holster? Yeah, absolutely. It also includes a second little airfield nearby, I believe, from memory. I can't quite remember. It's been a while since we've flown into here, but it's lovely. And there's a tower on a hill further in the distance that is also part of the scenery. So Drzewiecki Designs have taken into account the environment too. There's a moving train and all sorts of stuff. As we come to expect with Drzewiecki Designs Krakow, it is a fantastic scenery. Michelle, hello. What does SDK mean? So basically, it's the development kit, the simulator's development kit. All the tools that the developers, all the companies like Aerosoft use to create their add-ons for the sim. Gennaro, hello to you. Welcome on board as well. Thanks for subscribing. Happy New Year. I think I probably will put things like I'm going to monitor these, I'm going to monitor temperatures and things, and we're just going to see how we go. If we get any red flags, any warning signs of engine failure again, with live weather being on, then I'm going to dump it and go to scattered cloud or few clouds. LSP, no, passengers in real life don't hear any of the takeoff clearance or anything like that. Definitely getting some little stutters popping in somehow. Not filling me with much confidence, it has to be said. Software development kit, David G, there you go, there's the answer. Basically all the tools that the developers need to create their scenery. Scenery or their aircraft or whatever else it might be for the sim. oddly enough, I'm getting spikes in frames where they're dropping to about 26, 24, and then they shoot back up to 30 or so, so not really sure what's going on with that, but we'll keep an eye. I think it might be live weather again. We set 12,000, and then it's going to be a descent down to 5,000 for Borsey. There's a couple of max speeds in the Star, KK 556 being a constraint of maximum of 220 knots. I could do what Ryanair did a few years ago. They got in deep trouble for it, where on final approach they start configuring for the return journey. Very bad, but I won't do that. How are we doing here, instrument wise? If we see fuel flow rocket, then we know it's going to break. So what we've established as well is the QNH is the only thing that's broken, it seems, at the moment, but everything else seems okay except for these higher winds where we're just getting 225 at 3 all the time again. So that plus the QNH being stuck on 1013. Is what we can expect. Morning time, hello, happy new year to you. Love the channel, thank you for everything, how you teach us aircraft, airplane nerds like me. Good stuff. I'm glad you enjoy the channel, thanks for being part of us, and hopefully you enjoy the next year with us as well. Lots to go through, obviously the pre-release stuff with the Aerosoft Twin Otter coming tomorrow, a live preview. We'll try and fly it about VFR, just enjoy it. I can promise you it's going to be worth the wait. Just do another V-pilot check. We've not got any centre, we've not got approach, that's fine. We've got EPKK Tower Marcel. Might be in the live chat hiding away somewhere. If you are, thank you for connecting. Happy New Year to you. That's this information alpha. QNH should be 1021. So I'm going to set 1021 in the standby instrument. So I've got the real QNH there, and that altitude linked to the QNH. But then I'm going to keep 1013 on the PFD. And we're going to compare the two because we know airport elevation is basically 800 feet at Krakow, apparently, according to the charts. So we want that to be around about there when we touch down. We'll aim for a continuous descent now to 5,000 feet. Because we are close to Oddsob. We're descending actually at quite a good little rate here. CSZB, welcome aboard. Happy New Year. Thank you for subscribing. So as we descend, we'll go through Navigraph again, just a reminder for you folks if you're just tuning in as well. So we're on this barracks, 3 Golf arrival. We're descending through Oddsob at or above 110. We're going to be above that. We're at flight level 170 at the moment, descending through that. In a second, actually, we're going to pass Katowice. Then we're going to head down towards the airfield, turn left and away, sort of north-east or east. A load of speed constraints to hold to there as we descend down to Borsey at 5,000, max 220 knots. Then we're going to commit to the ILS runway 25 approach into Krakow via Borsey and Norfolk. There's the ILS frequency that we've pre-tuned, and the course F252 and the Krakow VOR, which we're tracking at the moment on VOR 1 as well. And that's going to become relevant for missed approach. So if we do go around, it's climb straight ahead to KK383, 12.5 DME from the Krakow VOR. Then turn right, max 220, heading 364 degrees, climb to 4,000, then as directed. So basically vectors. And there's our 3-degree glide slope. And our minimums of 1,001 feet for Category C aircraft, RVR of 550 metres. And then after landing, we just taxi to the terminal and we will turn around so we can try and head back to Oslo. There we go, there's Katowice is down below us. There she is. Screen grab. What do we got here? Add that to Volanta. Don't want to jinx anything yet. I don't know what this sim is like. Come and bite you on the backside at the last second. Krakow is pretty much up on the nose over there somewhere. Katowice. Thank you very much. See, pronunciation lessons all the time. I got Krakow correct though. One of two. Winter Splash, it's crazy. It's almost like the contract ran out. Coming up to 10,000 now, so we're going to level off and descend or decelerate to 250 knots. Got a couple of constraints there that the aeroplane needs to work to respect as well. And Krakow Airport is somewhere over here, right on the nose. Off in the distance, 25 miles, so we should see it actually. It's about here somewhere. It could be that strip of land there, actually. Who knows? We'll see it shortly. We're going to go for low auto brake. Might as well just get them out now. Get rid of the floodlights a bit as well. Dim the dome lights. Ed, hello, Happy New Year to you. I'll turn these down a bit so we can actually see the displays. Now it's getting a bit darker. There is RAS for MSFS now. Interesting. They're all on, that's all on. I am tempted to turn the APU on actually, just in case we do get another engine failure. I'm looking at the fuel flow, that seems okay at the moment, and air temperatures and things are starting to come up. Though the true air temperature is plus 12 degrees now already. The METAR. Temperature plus 10 degrees, dew point plus 9. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. That might spike. One thing that we weren't able to check. I'm getting terrible performance all of a sudden. Darren, we did indeed, thank you very much. Leonardo, can we share the leg for the return? Yep, bear with me. I'll just put the route into the live chat for you. So heading out of Krakow, back to Oslo Gardermoen. There you go. Kieran, hello, Happy New Year. Big stutters. I am not too confident with this. I'm getting frames down to 16 every now and again as well. And then every couple of seconds I'll get one that says 4. And I don't know if it is linked to live weather being a problem or not. TAT's now plus 15. SAT's plus 5. Interesting. Krakow traffic, WizzAir 2070 is with information alpha, sending through 7,000 for 5,000 on the, what's it called, Barracks 3 Golf arrival. Downwind. But the airfield is over there. There it is. Right on the nose. Ever so slightly to the right. The centre of the screen, rather. That's what I should be saying. Matthew, hello. Lots of live weather issues. I don't know if you caught the very beginning. We had a dual engine failure on takeoff. We got it all sorted, got it all fixed as well, so we're thinking it was either icing that went incredibly extreme and intense all of a sudden, or the live weather being really balked. And we're not sure which, so we're just monitoring everything like a hawk at the moment. Runway awareness and advisory system, exciting. I know that Flybywire are currently trying to get that sorted into their own mod anyway for free, so it might be worth just holding on a little bit for that, if you so wish. 122.8, and we've got 123250 ready to go for Krakow Tower. I don't think we've got anybody conflicting with us, so on that basis, that should be plus 19. We've got plus 20 at the moment. Sat of plus 10. We're at 5,000 already. We've not yet triggered the 220 knot constraint, but that's fine. Yeah, it's rather frustrating, isn't it? Let's have a look at it, just check everything's on. Lights. I'm going to put these on because I'm just really dubious if it was icing that just went super extreme earlier on departure, whether or not it would be something similar in this instance. So we've turned it back on again, just to make sure everything's good. TAT's now plus 18. Wesley's touchdown, expects a smooth one. Fingers crossed. Oddly enough, my performance is pretty naff for some reason. What's going to be Ofuk? Ofuk at 4,000, so let's descend 4,000. Let's just vector ourselves here. Krakow traffic, WizzAir 2070, going to turn an early base 15 DME. WizzAir Krakow traffic. That's all good. Have we got approach phase active yet? Let's just activate that, get it in. So we're going to start slowing down. God, performance is shocking for some reason. So, heading mode. We've got track FPA. 1013. There's Ofuk. Oddly enough, that's where the decel point is, which is really not correct, I don't think.
Flight attendants, please prepare for landing.
Matthew, yeah, I'm guessing you saw the link that I put into Discord then as well. On top of the runway overrun, they then almost hit the ground near the coast. So yeah, not great for Emirates, is it? They've tried to hush it entirely, but it's ended up leaking out, and they've sacked, I think, 3 or 4 pilots for it. Ryan, hello in the UK as well. Happy New Year. Who is that? I can see. I can see an aircraft towards but he's not on my TCAS. You know what? Let's stay on here. He's definitely towards. Let's see what TCAS does. Question is he at 5,000 feet? Because we are now head on. And I can see white. What does decel mean? There we go. Got the conflict coming in. It says 2,000 above though actually, doesn't it? So perhaps that's going to be fine. Let's go 080. Krakow traffic, WizzAir 2070, turning base to establish ILS approach runway 25 right and turning to Krakow Tower. He's doing some sort of odd manoeuvre, 2,000 above, like he's turned away, so he's going to be out of conflict with us as well. There's Ballsy, we want to go around to 200 Offuck, 210 actually, that'll do for a 30-degree intercept. We'll try and keep a speed up in case he is coming in, because I've not heard anything, so hasn't transmitted anything. Beluga, hello.
Hello 2007, I've just looked at your flight plan and you found from Warsaw, so you can reach from Krakow Street.
Over the city.
Oh yeah, now see, sorry, I lost 207.
No worries.
Have you ever flown into East Midlands? No, you know what, it'd be really good actually to have some East Midlands scenery for the sim, to be honest. Pilot 102, Cat 3 dual. Is this a Cat 3 ILS? I don't think it is.
Hello 2007, just changes to Krakow now.
Approach is armed.
Are you ready to cut split?
Ready to copy clearance of 2007.
Now we're turning to establish. Did the TCAS work? No. We didn't get close enough basically for it to become a threat. Strange little purple thing over there, pink thing. Krakow traffic, good evening, WizzAir 2070 with information Alpha, established 15 miles, correction 14 miles ILS, 24 to land, 25 to land.
WizzAir 2070, Krakow Tower, hello, runway 25. 25, continue approach, my apologies.
Runway 25, apologies, continue approach, WizzAir 2070, happy New Year. There's somebody else. 1, 2 and 3. I think we're okay, to be honest. Glide slopes armed, locks active. We're on the lateral as well. Wesley's watching. No pressure.
Okay, Osprey 71 Alpha Golf. 1 Airbus A320 Neo, information Alpha on board,
and glide slope.
And
Start to slow down. Just get gear down. So we have one behind, so we're going to try and be good with speed. We're going to have to be very proactive in getting these flaps extended as well to flaps full.
Osprey 71 Alpha Golf, are you ready to copy again?
ready to copy, Osprey 71.
God, look at performance, it's terrible.
Oslo 71 Alpha Golf, you cleared to Oslo, departure Gabor.
Pina, hello.
Runway 25, export 4541.
cleared to Oslo by the Nabu for Juliet departure, booking 4541, Osprey 7 left.
No idea if I've just triggered an overspeed, so let's pop back into the flight deck. Oh, we've just shaved it clear.
Information Bravo.
God, performance is shocking. It's gone down to 16.
2070, the surface induced 260 at 10 knots, so runway 25, you clear to land.
Cleared land 25 was 2070. What are we now? 5 miles. That's worked out quite nicely for us. We wanted 3,000 set. And the gear downs helped us out with the drag.
Sorry, can you confirm my wristband was correct?
2 red, 2 white.
2078, looks really good.
And we're on the glide slope quite nicely as well. Interestingly, I didn't set 2. David G, 30-minute turnaround? No, it's going to be probably more like 5 or 10 minutes. I think. It's going to be quick, that's for sure. The dual engine failure that we had on departure has slowed us down a little bit. I am quite tight for time. And the sim's performance isn't great at the moment. $1,000 above. Yeah, so QNH is correct. Well, it's broken. It's 1013 effectively. My aeroplane. So we'll fly the rest of it in ourselves. We're pretty much at minimums. Well, we're nice and stable.
100 above.
We are.
200. Minimum.
Continue. Little bit of stuttering, but we can manage it.
100.
Is that 1342, Krakow Tower, hello, radio 555.
30. 20. Retard.
Thank you, ABG5, and with the 132 stand
5.
Information Bravo, I think
Get back on that centre line.
And with the 1342, Inspection Bravo is correct, and you are clear to your destination Oslo 5500. Departure Navarro 4 Juliet, runway 25.
Yeah, so QNH live weather.
Thank you, Mr. 13. Cleared the destination.
Brilliant, so I missed Delta. I'll have to go down to Echo. It's annoying.
And with their 1342, read back is fully correct. Krakow Tower, Ginebra, lot 3905, established 8 miles
Echo.
runway 25.
There's a big X there.
Runway 25, continue approach, you become number 1. Number 1, continue approach, lot 3905.
Rames got real hit then, didn't they? All the way to bloody F at the end. This is one thing after another on today's live stream.
This is WizzAir.
Off we go.
Stand 10 position, Bravo on board, commission from 022. Type A32NX.
Into splash. Someone stole my call sign. Wiz 1342.
With 2070, welcome to Krakow and taxi to stand number 17 via Foxtrot, Bravo, Juliet, Zulu and Tango.
Thanks for having us. Taxi stand 17 via Foxtrot, Bravo, Juliet, Zulu and Tango was 2070. Otter, innit?
And with 1, are you ready to copy your clearance? Sure, go ahead. And with that one, Roger, you clear to your destination, departure Navarra 4 Juliet, so runway 25 and squawk 4540.
So let's do a Ryanair, shall we? God, performance here is shocking nowadays.
Clear to Gardermoen via the Navarra 4 Juliet departure, squawking 4540.
MCDU, AETSU, AOC, init press, init data request.
05D surface wind is 260 degrees at 10 knots, so runway 25, you clear to land.
Init.
Clear to land, runway 25, so 3905.
Someone stole my call sign. Performance is really bad here.
Krakow Tower, good afternoon. Scandinavian 59 Bravo, I altitude 15 miles.
Scandinavian 59 Bravo, Krakow Tower, hello, runway 25, continue approaching number 2.
Oh, someone has as well.
Scandinavian 59
Jesus.
Bravo.
How have they done that then? Because my pre-filed flight plan is actually on the VATSIM network, so I'm not sure how they've managed that. Probably be looking at the charts here as well. We're on Bravo, aren't we? Foxtrot Bravo, Juliet, Zulu Tango. Fast 30 knot taxi. There goes Golf. Let's start slowing down because we've got Juliet coming up. Got the passengers ready to go. He's going to board as we taxi, I think. So, and the ambulance as well. Brilliant. All on standby based upon the departure that we had earlier. Fantastic. And we go on to Juliet. Stand 17. Oh Jesus, performance. Horrendous. Stand 17 is here. See, I've never had performance issues at this airfield, so I'm a bit surprised. There's somebody landing as well. There's the spot. Stupid thing. Every time you move and hold the mouse click, if you're braking, it locks your brakes on max, and that's it. You can't fix it. That'll do. Part brake on, off and off. Stick that on auto as well.
Krakow Tower, Scandinavian 459. Information Bravo on board. Request IFI.
So let's try 1342. Call sign's in use. Ah, oh, someone has stole the call sign. I'm going to do Wiz 165. Goodness sake. High speed taxi quickie, Queco indeed. Got to do it quick. I should probably turn that off as well. Beacon. That. Probably turn that on. See what we're doing. CDU. ATSU. AOC. Weight balance. We've got to pre-file the flight on the VATSIM network now as our new call sign because it's the other one's been taken. 38,000. Connect. Osprey. Sorry, Wiz 165. Back.
Okay, thanks. 007 ready, 20 miles.
Okay, EGN.
And break brakes, Scandinavian 59 Bravo, the service wind is 260 degrees at 10 knots for runway 25, please land.
Clear to land.
Where's the init page? We could just change Wizz 165.
794, Krakow, hello, roger, and continue approaching number 2.
Number 2 is Scandinavian 794.
Nava.
2007, Krakow, hello again, QNH1022, pushback
Departure 25. And it's going to be the Navu for Juliet departure. I've not looked at the departure yet, but I think it's live weather aviation simulation. I think there's something going on. Navu for Juliet. Something's going on inside the sim anyway with my setup. 8,180 fuel. Volanta for the flight review. While this is all going on. There we are, minus 197 foot per minute at 1G, so that's pretty good, happy with that. You can see how close we got there, the airport elevation, as we had the engine failure, we got very close to the ground, hence the TCAS, so the terrain warning. Squeaky bum moment. Fuel, what was it, 8,180. Instant, love it, much quicker. I'd like to think we've got everything else ready, so init 1. Block. Perth.
Aircraft Airbus 320, requesting aircraft clearance to Dubai. With information well.
Correction, EG17. I've got a flight plan to Babita, which is a Polish VFR airport. Just confirm or recheck your flight plan and make sure you're going to the correct airport.
FH, init, flight plan, that's all done. The departure is going to be... Need to drag that actually from SimBrief, put it on Volanta and everything as well. Add a flight. Add a flight plan. SimBrief.
Scandinavian 59 Bravo, welcome to Krakow, and taxi to gate number 6 via Bravo, Juliet and Zulu.
2280, taxi, airport information.
Bravo, thank you.
SID.
Scandinavian 794, the surface wind is 260 degrees at 10 knots, runway 25, you're clear to land.
Max 230, initial climb is 6,000 apparently. Krakow Tower, good evening. It's WizzAir 165 on stand 17 A320neo with information Bravo. Request IFR clearance to Oslo Gardermoen. 022 is the clearance.
165 Krakow Tower, hello. You're clear to your destination Oslo. Departure Navu for Juliet, runway 25 and squawk 4547.
Clear to Oslo, Navu for Juliet, departure runway 25, squawk 4547, WizzAir 165.
Is there 165 readback is correct. Inpatient Bravo frontline, just report your stand number.
Stand 17 was 165.
Was there 165 Roger and QNH 1022 engine startup is approved.
Just startup approved, was out 165.
Osprey 71 Alpha Golf, ready for push and start.
That is the quickest turnaround ever.
Osprey 71 Alpha Golf, Roger, stand by.
Wieża Sierra Papa Kilo Tango Whisky, gotowi do kołowania.
Loving this deep.
Sierra Tango Whisky, przyjąłem kołycie do punktu oczekiwania
So Ryan asking, can we do Manchester Airport to Gran Canaria in a Chewy 787? We've actually got a request to do the same route, but the other way around, so Manchester to Gran Canaria. So
1041, information Bravo, requesting Alpha to Oslo as well.
Definitely something that I would like to do. Beacon.
Northman 1041, Krakow Tower, hello, you're clear to your destination Oslo,
out the
departure
belly.
on the Sudal 4 Juliet,
That's all
runway
good.
25 and squawk 4503.
Yeah, question nil height. So it's basically the QNH is it's setting the regional pressure or the pressure in the area that gives you the correct elevation, correct pressure altitudes. Have I forgotten anything? I don't think so. Oh God! Look at that performance.
And Ryanair 8 Delta Delta, Krakow Tower, hello.
Never like this.
Destination Porto, departure cushion 4 Juliet, runway 25 and
So press the drone cam.
04.
Wow. That is some of the finest scenery in flight sim. Currently, I'm getting some shocking performance.
4505, runway 8 Delta Delta.
And 8 Delta Delta, bridge back is correct. Break, still up angle, which is only to pass back into your speed.
I've left the runway turning lights on. Oh well.
2007 taxi north, runway 25 by Zulu and Alpha. Taxi to Berlin by runway 25 via Zulu and Alpha, 207.
Right, so it's not Valanta, because I've just closed Valanta.
And 2 stations at once, break,
Is that UC, I believe?
Krakow Tower, hello, runway 25, continue approach, there'll be 1 departure ahead.
Continue approach, 1 departure
Oh God, I'm having to let the aeroplane, like the sim, actually catch up with my inputs here. This is horrendous.
Station calling ahead.
Getting frames down to like 4. Let me turn live weather off.
And Scandinavian 0, Krakow Tower, hello again. You're clear to your destination Oslo, Navwood 4 Juliet, and squawk is 4506.
We'll do few clouds. Doesn't matter now, does it? And that hasn't done anything.
Navwood 4 Juliet departure, runway 25, squawk 4.
Now I've got 5 frames.
Scandinavian 0.
Lifetime Abdul, yes, hello. What if it's this scenery? Debet 258, very new to VAT sim, but wow, what an amazing level of immersion it's brought to my simming in your Airbus Mayday DJ. As a real world PPL A and G, it's just spot on, well done all. It's fantastic, isn't it? Glad you're enjoying it as well. Wesley, initial climb 6,000.
Straight push, QNH 1022 for Osprey 7.
So, engine 1 and 2 are stable.
Scandinavian 459 is ready for push and start.
Oh God, it's terrible. Everything's
Scandinavian 459 from your stand, you shouldn't require pushback. QNH 1022, engine start of approved.
1+F. Too soon of that. Let's clear it. Wait till that goes green instead of blue for 1+F. It's messed up my flows, like you're saying, actually. There we go. Auto brake max. I'm just going to do cabin max, cabin check now. Get the AP off.
260 degrees at 10 knots, runway 25, you are cleared to land.
Let's get those on.
Clear to stand, runway 25, Osprey 585.
It's like it's on the verge of
correction, welcome to Krakow and taxi
crashing.
to stand number 16 via Bravo, Juliet, Zulu and Tango.
Thank you for that. Taxi to stand 16 via Bravo, Juliet, Zulu and Tango.
Clear skies, I think, if it carries on. Can't think of anything else. Hey, 6,000. Let's get our taxi clearance then, while a couple of folk are taxiing in. Captain 4D, hello. We've got a load of people flying back with us, which is really cool. Let's have a look at the poll. What are the results? We'll wait for it to pop up on my screen. 52% of the votes go to Glasgow, to Barrow, to Orkney. So that's what we're doing in the Aerosoft Twin Otter preview tomorrow. Fantastic.
Foxtrot 2007 behind the landing, Osprey A2.
Hopefully you guys look forward to that, it's going to be fantastic.
Runway 25, line up and wait behind.
Where's me charts?
And that's runway behind the landing aircraft 2007.
Boarding time, I've just got it all installed together.
Scandinavian 0 requesting pushback.
Scandinavian 0, report your stat number.
3.
And Roger, Scandinavian 0, squawk 4506.
Okay.
Scandinavian 459 ready for taxi.
Scandinavian 459 taxi card went to runway 25 via Sierra Zulu then Alpha.
Somebody on touchdown, we're about to land.
Taxi
It's
to
an
the
Osprey.
holding point, runway 25 via Sierra.
There's the threshold.
Zulu and Alpha.
Look at that, that's
Scandinavian
fantastic.
459.
And WizzAir 165 for request taxi.
Is there 165 standby?
Scandinavian 0 already squawked.
Have you still got my Vespina 208 livery installed, Mark? I don't think so, no. I think I've got many of the 208 liveries installed these days. I mean, to be fair, I think the frames might be the fact that this is just full of aircraft. And we've got a load of people touching down, we've got a load of people taxiing as well.
Osprey 71 Alpha Golf, ready for taxi.
Osprey 71 Alpha Golf taxi dog.
Apple D, no problem, good stuff.
Zulu and Alpha.
Victory.
Taxi holding point runway 25 via Zulu and Alpha, Osprey 7 Alpha Golf.
And Scandinavian 459, confirm, have you got a taxi code?
Scandinavian 459 confirmed.
But hey, TCAS on the A32NX is... the TCAS itself displays anyway, I believe. But I've got the test branch.
Break lot 2007, the surface wind is 260 degrees at 10 knots. Runway 25.
Ah yes, the original British Avgeek C208 livery, the very first one created in fact. I've still got that one as well.
Within 134, standard 1 information run from this pushing.
We've got a plain white CLJ here.
1342, roger, standby, break with 5665, the surface wind is 260 degrees at 10 knots, expect
That was busy.
Roger,
MD DJ. See, I'm all about Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Scandinavian 0 QNH1022, pushback and startup, it is approved facing the east.
We've got one taxiing over there, which we can just about see. Scandinavian's taxiing.
Scandinavian 0.
Love how busy.
041, requesting business stop.
How busy this has got. It's great.
Northman 1041, so Scott 4502, please.
4503, we should be squawking that now, Northman 1041.
Oh, might be
5665, runway 25, clear to land.
25 one, I'm not sure.
Well, down runway 25,
Was there 165 for request taxi?
165, taxi to runway 25 via Sierra, Zulu and Alpha, and give way to the traffic on Zulu from your right to the left.
Taxi to hold points 25 via Sierra, Zulu and Alpha, give way for the traffic right to left. Was there 165? Zulu. Okay, that's going to be that Osprey. Oh, frames.
Runway 25 via Zulu.
I'm going to look forward to departing here. Matain, it's not in the development branch yet, it's in a different, it's a pre-development testing version.
459, runway 25 line up and wait.
Runway 25.
Juliet.
And wait, Scandinavian 459er.
Sierra Tango Whiskey, z lewego okręgu do pasa 25 podchodzi, dziecko się prosto.
Sierra Zulu Alpha, there we go, so it's a right turn here.
Mamy zgodę na
Come on Sim, catch up.
Zgłosimy prostą Sierra Tango Whiskey.
Zderza Krakow, Whisky for my kilo na stanowisku numer 8. Dobry wieczór.
Good grief.
O zgodę na lot do Warszawy. Informacja pogodowa.
I'm not convinced we're going to make it back. It's either that or it's this scenery.
2 for my kilo.
MSFS.
Dobry wieczór i oczekujcie.
There's nothing coming on our
Sierra Tango Whiskey, jakie intencje?
right hand side.
Do odwołania w intencjach konwojery na 25 Sierra Tango Whiskey.
Couple of aircraft pushing. There's the aircraft that's released on the from right to left. Metal, yeah, it is for QA testers and their dev team and stuff like that. If you've got GitHub, you could download it. It's a PR basically, but it's been updated all the time. I'd like to think in the next couple of days that it's going to be in the version that everybody enjoys, the development branch. So just hold on, and
Thank you, you too, mate.
it might need tweaking and a couple of things that are broken.
We can go straight forward if you like us to.
Oh, Northwood 1041, sorry for that, you can taxi now via Zulu and Alpha, holding point runway 25.
Right.
No worries at all.
What do you think, guys? Are we going to get
Zulu Alpha to runway 25? Thanks very much.
a departure like we had out of Oslo, where we ended up crashing, or do you think we're going to be okay? I'm not convinced, I'm not sure.
WizzAir 1342, the QNH 1022, pushback and start up approved, taking
that
north,
also.
break WizzAir 5665, welcome to Krakow, taxi to gate number 17 via Bravo, Juliet, Zulu, then Tango.
Where did the Ryanair come from?
So could you repeat the taxi instructions to runway?
Look at this.
Sorry, to stand November 17.
Is there 5665, taxi to correction, taxi to stand 17 via Bravo, Juliet, Zulu and Tango.
Got to crash to desktop when vacating, Craig. Oh no.
Via Bravo, Juliet, Tango and Zulu, WizzAir 565.
I'm not convinced we're going to make it back. I keep saying it, but it's very unstable all of a sudden.
Sierra Tango Whiskey, prosimy, żeby pośpieszyć i pas 252 na konwejera 2, gaz przyjemny 260 siły 10 węzłów.
Mamy zgodę na konwojera na 25, a co po konwojerze? Sierra Tango Whiskey?
Sierra Tango Whiskey, poprosimy lewy krąg i proszę.
Hopefully we're going to depart, and as we get a bit further away from the airport, it will unrender and perhaps
71 Alpha Golf, behind the landing Cessna 175, correction 152, runway 25, line up right.
it should be okay. It says Cessna on finals.
landing Cessna 152, line up and wait runway 25.
Fantastic.
1041, my apologies, hold position, there's traffic, just push back.
No worries, hold position, 1041.
Has Krakow ever been this busy for takeoffs? Not sure, it's great. Hendrik, this is all VATSIM. This is all on the VATSIM network.
Captain 007, sorry, should they change frequency to Unico?
Unlock 2007, turn 8,
Hopefully the tower control is enjoying all this traffic.
Changing from the CT uniform.
There's the little dinky Cessna. Darren, been unstable all day. You had a crash to desktop earlier as well. That's not good. There they are. Oh god, performance is so bad. Oh, Roland, fantastic.
WizzAir 1342, are you ready to taxi?
Well, I've taken the part brake off, but it's not done anything. Let's click it again. There we go. God, it's struggling. I've even turned live weather off. Apparently I've got 14 frames per second at times, and sometimes 8, and then it jumps back up to 32, 35.
WizzAir 1243, A phone, go ahead.
And WizzAir 1342, taxi straight ahead, Zulu and Alpha, hold point for runway 25.
Zulu Alpha, runway, runway 25, WizzAir 1343.
Osprey 71 Alpha Golf Theta, wind is 260 degrees at 10 knots, runway 25 degrees for takeoff. Traffic information is 1 VFR traffic not above 2,000 feet on the south side of the aerodrome.
Clear to take off. Roger on the traffic. Osprey 71 Alpha Golf. Thanks for ATC.
And Osprey 71 Alpha Golf, of course, after departure, monitor Unicom 122 decimal 8. Thanks and enjoy your flight to Osprey.
After departure on to Unicom 122 decimal 8. Thank you. Happy New Year. Osprey 71 Alpha Golf.
You too.
Got live weather on. Give it a go.
Sierra Tango Whiskey, Panther 52 podchodzić i proszę w miarę sprawnie podchodzić.
I've put live weather back on again.
Mamy zgodę na podejście do 25, postaramy się pośpieszyć Sierra Tango Whiskey.
WizzAir 165, ready for departure at Alpha.
Break, Sierra Tango Whiskey i odbajcie kwestię. Wykonujcie nad kilo i oczekujcie nad kilo jak opublikowano.
28 is ready to go as well. Oh god, frames. I was going left then.
And with 165, runway 25, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, WizzAir 165. I'd look right all the way, but I'm going to turn these on now because I know that frames are going to just suffer otherwise. I'll idle the throttle now, so think about it.
And Northwest 1041, you can now continue taxi following the WizzAir A320 ahead of you.
Can now continue taxiing following the WizzAir 169, then Northern 141.
Okay, sir.
Right, yeah, fantastic. Following the WizzAir A320, Northern 141, thanks.
There we go, we're ready. Sporty. You can even hear the speaker crackling away.
And lot 39011, you are really quiet if you can up your mark. And WizzAir 24 Mike Kilo, Krakow.
4 frames.
24 Mike Kilo, gotowy do zapisania wody.
WizzAir 24 Mike Kilo przyjąłem dzięki indywidualny lot do Warszawy drogami planowanymi. Odlot pasa 25 z procedurą pobok 4 Juliet i ustawcie transponder 4.
So basically, David's taken off over there. We need, because we're going the same route, same arrival and everything else, we need 2-minute separation between separation, basically, between departures.
Do Warszawy procedurą pobok 4 Juliet, pasa 25, skłok 1000, for Mike Kilo.
24 Mike Kilo to poprawny break with a 165, the surface wind is 260 degrees at 10 knots, runway 25 degrees takeoff when airborne, Monty Unicom 122 decimal 8, and traffic information is 1 VFR traffic on the south side of the aerodrome, not above 2,000 feet. Thank you and Happy New Year.
Clear for takeoff at 25, and we'll keep a lookout for the traffic. WizzAir 165, thanks to the ATC and Happy New Year.
Break, runner 8 Delta, runway 25, and right.
Just looking at the PFD jumping. Like 2 frames per second on that one. It's terrible. There's 80 knots anyway, we're beyond that now. Little crosswind that's playing around with us a little bit. It's a bit difficult with these frames being so bad. B1. Take. Come on, away you get. There we go. Like playing Minecraft Flight Simulator. Very blocky. +28, go up. Hopefully this is going to help. Ryan, hello. This is it's a test branch of. Let's go to Unicom. Test branch of the flybywire A32NX. God, look at terrible frames. Autopilot on. So last time, you see, hello, no problem at all. We're on live weather at the moment, but it's a bit hit and miss. We'll see how far we get in comparison to our departure out of Oslo, because obviously we had the engine failures and things. But yeah, this is still a testing phase with the TCAS. and we get a version of it. So you need basically like a tester branch of GitHub. Here we go. This is what caused the engine failure last time. PSI was flashing, maxed out. That's the one thing that was flashing earlier, Ashley, if you're still watching. Oil's at the highest tip as well, by the looks of it. So we'll monitor that as we go. Do it direct now, so it just straightens that line a bit more. We're going to try and catch up David, see if we can trigger TCAS. It's there. What's the deal with the frame, Zed? I think it's the scenery, because it's come back up now. The scenery, maybe all of the models as well, maybe perhaps the AIG models causing a problem. David got out fine with live weather. Interesting. 380 for cruise. Let's just set that now. God, the frames. Woeful. It's never been like this. Had the same flash yesterday, today, but no crashes. Could have really turned that off, to be fair, like that. David G's PSI was flashing as well. It seems that the warning is actually gone now. Oh, we've got centre online. Damn it. That's not ideal. We've just done a direct 2. 12545. This is going to be interesting.
Impact 5 uniform ILS Yankee 33 WizzAir 2 Victor Tango, thank you.
Let me just turn here. Inbound Nava. You know what? Let's just do. Let's just do that. Let's just stick with it.
Scandinavian 1424 direct to PAPCO, Bravo Alpha, Bravo Kilo Oscar.
Direct to Paul on Scandinavian 144.
Negative, PAPCO, Bravo Alpha, Bravo Kilo Oscar.
Is our radar?
Warszawa radar. 772, witam Warszawa, radar contact. Descent 3000 feet altitude, QNH Warszawa, 1020.
Kiedyś 1020, to są 3000 feet load, Sound 2. Warszawa radar, Aeroforce 003, good evening.
I think he sent contact requests from everybody. So everybody's now calling him up.
2003, Karo Warszawa radar contact, climb level 350, direct to Rutka.
Direct Rutka, climb level 350,
Was our radar good? Evening, WizzAir 165, climbing through flight level 140, direct Nava.
300.
Ah.
Double transmission for Scandi 459, Karo Warszawa identified, climb level 380, direct WizzAir.
Climb flight level 380 and direct to
Subic Sierra Uniform Bravo in the X-ray.
Was our radar good? Evening, WizzAir 165, direct Nava, climbing through flight level 155.
WizzAir 165, Karo Warszawa radar contact, climb level 380, direct Penor.
Direct, climb flight level 380 and direct. Was it Penna? Was that 165? It's not my route.
Kosovo 6 Max with the 88 direct beam path like 7250.
Right 8 Versa radar contact, beam path 5 uniform arrival, expect ILS Yankee 33.
Beam path 5 uniform.
What did he said? Did he say direct Nava?
Also radar runway 8000 with you.
Runway Delta Delta, hello Versa radar contact, climb level 240.
Direct Penna. It was, I'm sure. Okay. Direct Penna.
Osprey 71 Alpha Golf, hello Versa identified. Proceed direct Montat, climb level 380.
Direct Montat, climb.
Interestingly enough, my frames haven't recovered yet.
Right at LDV 2007, something by level 265, direct blue Gulf.
2007 is Versa radar contact, climb level 330.
Thanks, level 330, 2007.
Gonna get us up back on that line. What are we expecting? 01 right, SEB4 Lima arrival into boarding. It could be. Usually it's okay though. I've got to say, SEB4 Lima, SEB4 Lima on arrival. That's interesting. Might see if we can shortcut that one as well. And 01 right, ILS approach.
To Victor Tango, direct Whiskey Alpha 534, expect sectors.
Okay, we're up. Up and away.
To Victor Tango, Varsova.
Go ahead.
Casper, thanks. Yeah, I did. I looked at Valenta and saw it was, in fact, it's Navigraph, and saw it was the last waypoint of Warszawa control, so went with it.
Scandinavian 0, direct Navur.
There we are anyway. Oh, it didn't like that. Can't see a chuffing thing. Frames are like -3.
Direct Nova, Scandinavian 0.
Yeah, so Jurassic, I use add-on linker as well, but because it's a Orbex scenery, I'm getting issues on the Orbex. Basically, I've got everything installed via Orbex.
Clear to Gdańsk, departure to 5, battle 1 Romeo, climb level 140, squawk 1000.
Clear to Gdańsk, to 5, battle 1 Romeo, squawk 1000, initially 140, ready for push and start at Krakow.
Krakow, repack is correct, push and start is approved, QRH 1018.
White, hello, just getting Microsoft Flight Simulator, any tips for you? Not sure. What do you want to get out of your sim experience? That's probably the biggest question, isn't it? My frames apparently are 10. I've got the NVIDIA driver from November.
1539 to Varsova identified, climb level 360, direct Corti.
We've got further than we did on departure last time though, because we had all sorts of problems. You can use add-on linker for Orbex as well. Oh, Hayden, that blows my mind. I did not know that.
MAPIK 3 Delta arrival, expect ILS 27.
MAPIK 3 Delta 27,
Enter 2411 Warszawa.
Basically, we're going to ride the barber pole as fast as we can. Get to Oslo. Weird, I'm getting like speaker crackles and all sorts. The sim is not happy.
Delta Delta leaving fire space, unit command to gate.
And 280 via 8000, thank you.
The 2007, same for you, unit command to the decimal 8.
We can pre-tune that ready. 1228 is already pre-tuned in fact, so happy days.
Aeroflot 2003 due to traffic stop climb flight level 340.
Stop climb level 340.
088 direct Whiskey Alpha 536.
He's busy.
Whiskey Alpha 536 at expect sectors.
Wesley Penner is more of a shortcut. Probably taken about 5 minutes off our flight time. Great. Wow, that's a lot of weather over Norway at the moment. Including Oslo. Looks like a huge snowstorm according to Volanta. According to no, for MSFS store add-ons you cannot use add-on linker because it's put inside the official folder, I think, if I'm not mistaken. David's on our right hand side. We could be converging actually, interestingly, so I hope we can see TCAS in action at some point. David is over there somewhere. Uh-oh. What the hell? I thought the screen went blank, but it's not. It's just transported me somewhere entirely different. Doesn't make any sense.
Climb flight level 340, direct to submit lot 279.
I'm having to troubleshoot.
Sorry, Subix, lot 279.
The frames.
Delta, direct Kilo Tango 534, next Stozis.
Kilo Tango 534, 534, Delta.
Next Stozis.
What else have we got here? Go away, NVIDIA.
Tower radar, good afternoon, Aeroflot 2582 approaching GMAP, slot level 360. Airport 2582, здравствуйте, Warszawa Raider, contact, direct Aluka.
In my task manager I can see FSU IPC7 is active. Shall I turn that off? Shall I click exit?
Yes, Scandinavian 0. Yeah, I thought you are only requesting direct Nabur, so now proceed motor.
How your task manager processes looking like? Not sure actually. Let's have a look. So I'm only using 50% of my memory, 40% of my CPU. But it's all coming from the simulator. Volanta's using 0% of my CPU, 33 meg of my RAM. Similarly, that's just 0.1%, V-Pilot's using 1.2%. So it doesn't make any sense. Power usage very high for the sim. GPU usage for the sim is 30%, as is the CPU usage, and the memory's 6 gig. Gobbling up the RAM. But the RAM is only 60% in use at the moment, entirely. CPU is 44%. The GPU is 25-34%, spikes every now and again. It's dropping, going from 25 up to 40%, back down again. And the temperatures of that's fine. Oh, interestingly, my Disk 1 SSD C drive is showing 0%. What's that say? Percent of the time the disk is processing read or write requests, 0%. So that's weird.
Charlie Delta, when ready, descent level 150.
When ready, descent level 150, WizzAir Charlie Delta.
WizzAir 2 Victor Juliet, when ready, descent level 150.
When ready, descent level 150, WizzAir 2 Victor Tango.
Every now and again I get a CPU spike up to 60%.
Co? Nie widzę dokładnie, Sylwester. Bo jeszcze po Krakowie.
We'll do Mach decimal 80. We'll just see what happens with the bar pole here.
Coś wypekania siadajmy do 76 Juliet, level 370 MAPIK.
GPU's always at 90%, wow. I wonder if it's something that happened on the departure from Oslo with the engine failures, and it's just degraded performance over time perhaps, or it's something to do with when we were arriving towards the scenery. I could restart some background stuff like Spotify and everything, couldn't I? But that's all offline with pre-downloaded music anyway. Nvidia keeps trying to give me a load of stuff.
Scandinavian 459er proceed Sallo, Sierra Alpha Lipa Lipa Oscar.
Jesus, now it's installing something because I've clicked it by accident. Ah. Only today the weird frames indeed, Tyler. Right, wants to be a pilot, got Microsoft Flight Simulator, just want to fly to new places and have a pilot life, kind of guess. Yeah, it's a good way to get into the world of flying. Yeah, absolutely. Might restart Volanta, but then that's not showing very much either, so it's definitely the sim, I think, more than anything else. You can hear the weird speaker clicking. Who knows? Doesn't like it anyway. I'm not convinced we're going to make it all the way back, so we'll just see how we can get. What do you think about the Level Up NG737? What's that then? Never heard of it. Classic, yeah, the audio crackling is a worry. That's why I don't think we're going to make it all the way. I'm not convinced. Cabling wise, I've not fiddled with anything. Inside my case, oh god damn. That would be a worry, wouldn't it? And now, interestingly though, I think my frames seem to start to recover. Oh, maybe not. Oh, there's TCAS. That'd be David.
Could you just put that in the chat notes on 104?
Sure. 20 miles away to the north. Level up 737s for X-plane. Not sure. Not used it. I haven't used X-plane. Certainly does sound like we are throwing the gauntlet down with the potential for a crash to desktop, isn't it? Oh well, let's enjoy some views before it happens. What one? Oh, 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 oh. It's not happy.
371 Alpha Golf, recycle transponder 4515.
God, I've never known anything like it. There's David, just on the very left of your screen actually. I could just see his lights. Actually, there's a theory. Oh god, I hope not. I'm going to open a few random programs and see what happens. Things like Discord and all that, but I can hear it crackling away, so it's definitely the sim. So Jurassic thinks it's a hardware issue somewhere, if it's crackling. Tyler's had the same sounds with frames per second loss dropping very low. See, I thought it was recovering. I got a spike where it went up to 35. Now it's dropped down to like 20-ish again. Sometimes as low as 9 and 8 frames. I've never had a sim like this. The only other thing I could think of perhaps is the fact there's so many AIG aircraft around us at the moment. Perhaps that is just destroying the frames. But then, mind you, how many are in range? 2, 3, only 4 are in range. So that doesn't make any sense either. There's an aircraft going left to right, just down there. Just about to see his nav lights. Oh, for God's sake. This is woeful. There you go, you can see it now. There it is. There's somebody flying that way. We've got David further up as well on the left. Boarding time, maybe. I'm not sure. It could be. Who's that on the right-hand side? That is lot 6139. No, it's not. It's Das Vaska. Lot 27 Echo off to Heathrow from Warsaw. Yeah, strange.
Wizard 1642, Varsava, hello, radar contact, direct descent.
Mikhail, why do you have to change squawk in flight? Good question, I'm not sure. Perhaps they ended up accidentally assigning 2 people the same call sign.
Passing type level 95. For Mike identified, climb level 280, direct Oxford.
The sounds are fine now. It's only when the frames drop really low. They go below 10, then it crackles. But all the other sounds, so the sounds from vPilot and Spotify are all still absolutely fine. It's the sim that's struggling, and in fact, it's really bad now.
516 on the Fox, Sky Tower 1 Romeo Sierra.
I think it's just filled some sort of cache up and it's now just working it, destroying my sim into a crashed desktop. Let's go clear skies for a bit, see what happens. Hasn't really improved the situation, hasn't changed the situation at all actually. Squiggly had a similar issue and thinks it might be down to having all of his AIG stuff running. Jurassic, indeed, yeah, Microsoft Flight Simulator is the most used simulator in the world from the Navgraph survey. Yes, eye flashing is normal, good stuff. It's only because something had happened I was a little bit unsure as to what might have been the problem there with the dual engine failure. I was convinced it's live weather related. God, look at the frames. I never get performance like this. Really bizarre. How far away are we from Krakow now? We're miles away from Krakow, so that should have de-rendered itself.
Flying 3010 with you and requesting IFRS from Lublin to Zurich after in flight time.
Look at that, stuttery. God, it's terrible. It's almost, dare I say, good grief, it's almost unusable.
Destination for this runway news 25, RBX 1 Juliet departure, initially climbing flight level 140 and squawk 1000. 960.
Jesus. David, got this when tried a long haul after about 5 hours, got sound stutters and then video stutters. It's weird because we did cross the pond, didn't we? And cross the pond was absolutely fine.
Watch your radar, Scandinavian 794, passing 4,000 feet climbing.
Yeah, it might have been a good idea, Jurassic, to do that. I think you're right, but I think when things like this go wrong with the sim, the only way sometimes is to restart the sim entirely.
Just to confirm, it's flight level 360, final closing level.
Okay, 360,
Yes, huge talent being bilingual in both X-Plane and MSFS. SEB 4 Lima. I'm hoping we'll get far enough away from Krakow and then it will just sort itself out because it doesn't have to keep that loaded in anymore. Insov. Ooh, let's see. Insov or Valpu? What's it going to be? I think it's Insov, isn't it? Yeah, Insov. Perfect. That goes. Inserts. Frost, is it weird that you get more frames per second in Microsoft Flight Simulator than you do X-Plane 11? No, I think it just depends on your own systems. The only change... What is the only change? The only change today with my setup is the fact that live weather's broken. But we're not using it, so it's got to be something else. But all the processes are being held within Microsoft Flight Simulator. That's the bulk of my use. Etty, hello, are we using the ARG traffic controller? No, we're just feeding everything into... we're just feeding all of the traffic in via VATSIM, basically. Ian, yeah, interesting. So the very few times I do get crash to desktops, I'll notice the sound will go brrr, and it will make a bit of a stuttery noise, and then it will just kill the whole process, kill the sim. Who knows? If you've got Volanta Premium, which we do, it also saves your flight while you fly. Pretty good if you ever need to recover from a crash to desktop.
100, Charlie Delta.
See, I'm still hearing a bit of a crackle, Jurassic, from the live weather being switched off. Rumian. He's further up ahead. There's David, just about to see him on the screen there. And a little bit further ahead, I don't think he's going to... Oh, for goodness sake. Actually, that could be him. There he is. I was going to say there he is on the nose. There is an aircraft going right to left. Oh god, this is barely usable, folks. I have no confidence in us making it to our destination. White, hello. So there's different ways. There's multiplayer, which is a really good way to just go and enjoy it all. Yeah, just Jace. It's a that's a good idea actually. I need to make sure I've got Volanta state saving switched on for this. But there's David. There was an aircraft going right to left past both of us. Yeah, Jace, yeah, make sure you tune in tomorrow. Feel free to fly along, in fact, as well. We're going to be in the Twin Otter for a live preview, Microsoft Flight Simulator. Try deleting your data cache. Can you do that?
Thank you.
Mid-flight? Peter, no, I think it's just me, weirdly, which is... I don't often get frames per second issues, so it's rather strange. Yeah, it's basically like a global world. Drzewiecki, your PC's died. It's not good. We've got a huge line of aircraft coming behind us. It's great. We've got Scandinavian 0. We've got Wizz 1342. We've got David as well flying along. Wizz 169. Peters as well flying the return in his Boeing 737. And we've got Aviation Simulation Wizz 1. Who else have we got? Scandinavian 794 departed, just taken off in fact. And NOS 1041 heading on the same route as well. Well, a different routing actually. Who else have we got? Wizz 5665 departing, or waiting to depart actually, at the hold still at Krakow. And that is tail end Charlie, I think. Potentially Mickey Aussie. And we've got Captain Jonesy as well, A320 Neo down at Krakow. Are they flying along too? I'm not sure. God, the crackles. Oh, here you go. Look at that. On the nose. So he's 1,800 foot below. TCAS hasn't needed to activate for any reason. So he's just there, he's on the display. But he's not a threat. He's just below enough, basically. That's awesome.
Witam Warszawa, zidentyfikowany, wnoś poziom lotu 1.
Ian, good effort tonight under trying circumstances. Happy New Year and catch you next time. It's getting late down and thank you for tuning in and hope you have a great evening, Ian. Yeah, it's been a rather trying flight today, hasn't it? 2 engine failures on departure and now we're getting all sorts of stuff. Can't flash the records because I can't even jeez, it's terrible. Can't even get to the overhead panel without it doing some crazy stuff at the moment. It's when the sound stops like it just did then. Look at the wheel. I don't think we're going to make it. I really don't. There's moments in the crackles where all of the sound stops, and that's to me a precursor of a crash to desktop coming in. Frames are going down to like 7. I've never known anything like it. The only time I've had something like that was Sim Update 5. I think we did Washington Dulles to Heathrow. And that's the only time we've had really bad frames. But that was after 7 hours of flying.
Warsaw Radar, good evening. Lot foreigner 8, Gdańsk, stand 50. DC-6 type request IFR clearance to Warsaw was filed.
Warsaw Radar, clear to Okencie, departure runway 29er, Irlund to hotel, climb, flight level 130, squawk 45.
Okay, so how do we... Yeah, aviation simulation, weird isn't it? How do we reset our cache, our data cache or whatever else whilst we're flying?
And request engine startup.
There we go. Bit late. Just about flash
Startup
it for them.
1021, lot 408.
Put in the wing lights.
Warsaw Radar, good evening. Which flag 9190 inbound net, flight level 20.
There is no way that we're going to be able to commit to a ILS approach in this with the frames like this. The autopilot doesn't even work properly below 14 frames per second anymore. So this is going to be tough. David, hopefully you got some good screenshots. I'm not able to do very much, sadly. That's going into the barber pole. Let's see if it triggers Mach decimal 82 into overspeed.
Wizard 2 Victor Tango, fly heading 090.
090, Wizard 2 Victor Tango.
Sasha, hello. It's going okay, but we are really struggling on frames. In fact, my frames have just, when I clicked on it then, it just said 2. 2 frames per second. Escape general settings data. So I might wait until we get to Unicon first.
Scandinavian 459er, contact Bremen, frequency 123.225.
Contact Bremen on 123.225 for Scandinavian 459er. Thank you for the ATC and Happy New Year.
Pretty good, sir.
Flying 010, we are ready for taxi.
Flying 010, taxi Alpha, line up, fly back track runway 25.
See, rolling cash should be good for us because we're doing a return.
Taxi via Alpha, line up, runway 25.
Watch your faps, they'll be full when you come back in.
When ready for departure.
How strange. Why does it do that then?
Scandinavia 0, AFK for 15 minutes.
Be back before Montat, please.
Right there, with a FACT-65 with you as passed out.
Yes, something is firing up in you. Your aircraft, I think.
They're having a mare, whoever that is.
Identified. Climb level 360, direct Salo, Sierra.
No, nothing else stealing RAM.
What's your climb maintain 360 and direct Sierra of Alumnia.
It's like the sim isn't firing up the GPU enough, which is really strange.
WizzAir 88, request hello. WizzAir 88 descent 4000 feet altitude, personnel Q&A 1020, continue present heading. 4000 feet, continue present heading, H1.
What should we use tomorrow for the Twin Otter? Should we use the
Victor Tango, left heading north, descent 3000 feet, clear direct Yankee.
should we use the Norland Air?
Left heading north, descent 3000, clear direct
Livery?
Yankee 33.
Might as well, mightn't we?
WizzAir 2 Victor Tango.
Best as we're going to get. Sounds not good. What was that warning? It said that's in the other person that's just about transmitting, so we're okay.
Despatcher Mike Kilo, zezwalam logda 5 uniform, slot standardowy, spodziewaj się podejścia 1 z Yankee 3.
Logda 5 uniform, spodziewam się podejścia Yankee 3-3, Mr. Mike Kilo.
Aeroflot 2582, contact Bremen 123.225.
David, is tomorrow offline? Yeah, I don't think I could brave VATSIM with the Twin Otter yet, to be honest. But what are we thinking? Are we doing it? Are we going to do it on Join FS? Or are we going to do it on something like MSFS multiplayer server?
3910, zezwalam logda 5 uniform, slot standardowy, spodziewaj się podejścia 1 z Yankee 3. Logda 5 uniform. Despatcher Mike Kilo, wykonuje bezpośrednio Airlek.
Bezpośrednio do Airlek, Mr. Mike Kilo.
Establish 33, 2 Victor Tango.
Victor Tango, tower 183 do mnie.
183, Busecki Hejcia.
Charlie Delta establish.
Establish Charlie Delta.
068 Charlie Delta, wind 280 degrees, 8 knots, 27, clear to land.
Did they fix Join FS? They did indeed, apparently, yeah. Which is going to be quite cool. So we could do that.
Unicom 128.
Unicom 1228, operator for that goal. French ATC, Happy New Year.
WizzAir 165, report Mach number.
Mach decimal 81, WizzAir 165.
169, reduce Mach decimal 79 or less.
Mach decimal 75 or less for WizzAir 165.
165, negative Mach decimal 79 or less.
Mach decimal 79 or less, WizzAir 165.
With right angle, left heading north, descent 3000 feet, clear direct Yankee 33, report the stop.
Rested north, descent 3000, direct 33, commence, established descent.
Is there 5? Is there gone?
Flying 010 ready for departure from runway 25.
Flying 010, surface wind loop beam is 340 degrees 9 knots, 25 clear for takeoff, report passing level 9 phonics.
Clear for takeoff runway 25 and report passing flight level 9 5, flying 010.
4 Mike Kilo, kiedy gotowy zbliżaj poziom lotu 100.
Zniżam do poziom lotu 100, to pan Mike Kilo.
Lot 3910 wykonuje bezpośrednio RLEG.
Use the Grandma in the fast lane. We're going to have to do Mach decimal 79 for a bit.
Lot 4 and ready for taxi.
Should be getting handed off any second.
Lot 49, right, taxi holding point runway 29 via Alpha Charlie.
Frames have picked up ever so slightly, but it's still not great. Every now and again it spikes down to 7, so it's really weird. White, we used MSFS. I've downloaded it via the Microsoft official store.
Lot 4 Mike, when ready, descent level 140.
Aviation simulation, yes, you should have suggested that one instead.
So yeah, 4 Mike, when ready, descent 100.
But it's really buggered. Wow. That was me going mouse left, mouse right now.
Radar 76 Papa Juliet, descent 4000.
I'd like to go and see the screen again. Where's
1022.
Good grief.
Confirm 5000, Radar 76 Papa Juliet.
Negative 4000.
Not convinced we're making it.
4000, 76 Papa Juliet.
Max 79 because David's just ahead of us.
Straight 8 becoming number 1, contact tower 118.13.
Tower 80.
We should be getting handed off to Unicom any second as well. Then I'm going to put the foot down again and see what happens.
Lot 910, gdy gotowy, zniżaj poziom lotu 100. 165, leaving my airspace, Unicom 128.
1228 for WizzAir 165. Happy New Year, thanks ATC.
Ciao.
Right, let's try this cache reset thing. Does anybody know the actual path? Oh god. Not convinced. Escape general settings data. It's doing its own thing now anyway. Let's have a look. General options. Data. You refresh the cache and hope it helps. So I'll just guess that's just going to be off. Might just turn it off for this one. Or we'll just leave it off for the remainder. Let the sim do the rest of its stuff. Nope. That hasn't done anything. What are they now? My frames are now even worse. They are 2 to 6. Delete the cache. Oh yeah. Jeez. Data. Delete. And then I guess turn it back on again, right? Does 32 gig cache, does that sound pretty good? There we go, live troubleshooting. It's either going to crash the desktop anyway, or we are going to have fixed it thanks to a couple of advice from in here. Do we have AA RAC recovery? Yes. It's rebuilding a new cache. We've got 32 gig of rolling cache set. David, we got to get Krakow, but then we were looking at pretty much 0 frames almost. So here we go. Nope. Oh god. It doesn't make any sense. I'm going to close things like Volanta and what else? Cache, hold all scenery and crap. Yeah, so we've reset it, but it's still really laggy. And I've actually killed Volanta as well. My frames are going almost to 6. Just let it settle. Roger. Roger, you can hear the crackling noise. Actually getting a lot worse. And now look at the wheel. The wheel's kicked in. It could be the livery aviation simulation. That's a really good shout actually, because the last time we used this one was the flight from Birmingham, wasn't it, I believe? And it crashed to desktop on departure. And we had to use the Wizz Budapest one instead. That's not a bad shout. Well, David is... Oh, I can move this down and... This is awful. There's the screen. Hope you got it. There we go. There's David. It's going to stay there. Who knows? There's David anyway. Let's see if we can bring this in. If we go back to SL82. Oh god. There we go, it changed. So there's a 5-second delay between me actually doing stuff at the moment. I don't think we're going to make it. There's no way in hell we're going to make it. Oh god. This is the worst thing I've ever experienced. My frames are 5 to 7. Never known anything like it. Why is it so bad? How do you download MSFS on PC? So just go to the Microsoft store. That's me controlling the drone cam now, trying to actually get it to move. You know what guys, shall I kill the flight and then just load up for 5 or 10 minutes and show you guys very briefly the Aerosoft Twin Otter before we actually do it live tomorrow? What do you reckon? Or should we stick with it and just see if we can recover these frames? There is no way we're going to be able to land this at Oslo with such few frames per second. The autopilot in the flybywire just will not work below 14. Becky, first time this has been a problem, yeah. So the live stream software we use should be okay. It's not. What that does is it tells you a notification window if there's something going wrong within the stream, like frames that it's skipping or anything else, and it's suggesting that everything's okay. I might hold here for a bit, just see what happens. Alan's game's also really laggy. Why? You know what? Really not sure. It's that today it's really confusing me why ours is so bad. So external drone camera getting 20-30 frames again, but every now and again I can see a spike that drops down to 5 or 8. Then we jump back into the flight deck. Must be something within this. Now my frames are 2. Literally 2. 3, 2. There we go. Brilliant. Yeah. Nothing's happening. Just doing its own thing. Could it be anything to do with the servers? Is there anything within the Upper servers or anything? Because we're on clear weather now. Weather's off. Okay, trying to reset the view. Oh, this is not usable. Right. Let's replan this, guys. Let's get out of this flight, shall we? Those of you who are flying along, sorry, I cannot continue with this. It is ridiculous. The autopilot's now unable to keep up. Look at that. So I'm going to crash anyway because the frames are so low. I can't even escape. Look at this. Right. I'll probably avoid using that WizzAir livery. I'm going to kill that flight before we end up doing something horrendous. Air crash investigation almost. Let's see. And now, boom, frames back up. Oh, actually, the frames aren't back up. It's still really laggy. Jeff, good afternoon. Horrendous moment. The frames are still dropping to like 7 or so. What I'll do is I'll load up at Oslo and I'll show you guys the Aerosoft Twin Otter just briefly, and then we'll probably just end the stream there with frames being as bad as they are. Never known anything like it. But we'll see what happens. Tomorrow we're going to use... Let's see. Probably the Norland Air. I know we're flying through Scotland though. These are the delivery options anyway. Max. Or we could use this one, the Wheels Cargo 3 blades. Nigel, hello. Right, who knows? Anyway, let's go to EGPD. No, EGPF, Glasgow. You also have some plane spotting. I can't with such little frames per second. That's the problem. And even now in the world map, so something's gone in with the sim that's just, it's just killed everything performance-wise. So even now, just trying to spawn this. In fact, this it's froze. There we go. Trying to get to profile to show you hangar, so I'm not even going to bother trying to load in, I don't think. We'll show you guys a little snippet of the Aerosoft CRJ here, and then this is going to be a bit of a sneak for tomorrow. Could restart the sim, Wesley, but there's no point where we just had to kill the flight. There we go. There's the Twin Otter. Aklak Air, that one is. Let's see. Let's just spawn somewhere quick, and we'll pick Norland Air. I'll probably use this red one tomorrow for the flight, the live stream preview of the Twin Otter. Let's have a little look. Teleport detected. Go away, Volanta. It's too late. Yeah, I'm surprised we made it to Krakow. It was quite strange. You know, everything was fine until we got towards Krakow, and then it just rapidly went off a cliff, didn't it? Bizarre. But again, I guess it's the problem because we don't have any other simulator. I don't use another sim. So whatever happens with Microsoft Flight Simulator, whatever problems we get, that's the problem we get. Ashley, no, they. I've got an email from Mathis today saying that we can basically use it in any pictures, any previews, any videos, any live streams now as well. So basically I've got the green light to be able to show you guys the Twin Otter now, which is really exciting. No NDAs or anything like that. I have been using it over the last 2 months now, actually, I think, off the top of my head. Yeah, it's about 2 months almost. I've been enjoying it, and it is really it is very nice. It's come a long way as well. A couple of the things that Aerosoft were actually doing, they were waiting. They were waiting for Sim Update 7, was it? One that came anyway, very recently in December, because that allowed them to then tweak the engine controls even more. It's been a really interesting stream to kick the year off, hasn't it? Not exactly what I hoped for. Can't even remember if I've got Pyreek Devco's Glasgow activated or not. We're about to find out. Yeah, so the sim is just really struggling. I can't even... The little fly arrow thing over here has not even appeared, look. Anyway, little sneak preview tomorrow, even if we have got later frames per second through the floor. There we go, look at that. Can't show you much because of just the frames at the moment are so bad, it's not fair for the Twin Otter the preview. But there's the interior and the cockpit and everything else. Let's see if I can show you this. Salah, yeah, we are. Oh, I can't show you that. Let's just go outside. See that ambulance in the distance is moving like 2 frames. It's shocking. But there we go. There's a little preview anyway, a little sneak taste of the Aerosoft Twin Otter for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Hasn't crashed. The sim hasn't crashed. It's just been had to surrender our A320 flight because performance has just been so atrocious. Weird. But there we are. That's what we can expect for tomorrow's live stream when we get round to it. I'm going to work through clearing the cache and a few other bits over the next sort of 20-30 minutes and see if I can find out why on earth the performance has been so bad. It's either an NVIDIA driver problem or it's a Microsoft Microsoft problem, but who knows. Squiggly as well, it could be a Bing issue. That's a good point. I'm really looking forward to showing you this anyway, and we'll start cold and dark tomorrow, and hopefully it'll be a bit more interesting. Those of you still flying the route back to Oslo, I hope you have an enjoyable rest of the flights and a nice little arrival as well. Thank you for flying along. welcome to all of our new subscribers. We've got quite a few today actually as well, and Jurassic for being a member now for 11 months. And yeah, who have we got new? Fly Miles, Harry Hub, Gerglas, John, Nong, Christian, Ganaro and CSZB. Thank you very much for subscribing. And bearing with me as well while it's been a rather eventful shift, hasn't it? We've had double engine failures and all sorts of stuff, so yeah, really weird. You can look forward to the Aerosoft Twin Otter live preview on the channel tomorrow. We're going to be flying from Glasgow, where we're at the moment, across to Barra. This is the Pyreed Devco Glasgow Airport for Microsoft Flight Simulator. We'll fly over to Barra to complete a beach landing, and we'll then head up towards sort of Stornoway and then across towards the Orkney Islands for a really scenic bit of VFR. I think it's going to be on joinfs.net. But I will turn Microsoft Flight Simulator's live player multiplayer stuff on as well, just to sort of see what happens. So if you guys haven't got JoinFS, you've got Microsoft Flight Simulator's live all player multiplayer things set up on the West Europe server. Hopefully that is going to help as well. Yeah, we've got such bad frames, we won't even manage, sadly, to be able to even plane spot at Oslo, because I've got no idea what's happening with this at the moment with the sim. In any case, thank you very much for watching. All of our information for tomorrow's live stream is in our Discord server, so do join us there, and hopefully I can see some of you guys fly along during our little Twin Otter preview as well. As always, any questions about the Twin Otter, do ask them tomorrow, and thanks for bearing with us today. Happy New Year to all of you. Strange way to start the year with a dual engine failure and frames dropping through the roof with Microsoft Flight Simulator, but hey ho, that is the sim as it is at the moment, I suppose. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow for this Twin Otter preview. Thanks for watching.